last we left off, the group discovered more about the bone rite, with Drakk then talking to Rav, an Abishai who was seemingly part of the group that killed Baraxis. Before leaving, they had a brief discussion with KL, an infernal bounty hunter. Upon exiting, Rav was tricked and knocked out before being handed over to the guards. Then you headed back to the site of the sands, and you got your reward from Kara and temporarily kept the lyrics. That,
to be fair, though, he wasn't knocked out, he got fucked up.
Yep.
Did he get curb stomped?
Yeah,
I was going to say, you put that lightly. He's now missing a lot of teeth.
Yeah, 19.
Also, you can just check the pronunciation, because I've got that fella down as Kale, but just spelt weird. Was it KL?
KL. I said KL every time. Kael.
Right, okay. Is he ever going to come back?
That's up to you.
Maybe we can hire him to do shit.
Yeah.
Only if we can hire you, and also can we call you Kale?
I mean, they had a full name. I just didn't. They didn't give you the full name. I wasn't finished with my intro, but
I'll clip that bit.
No, you won't. Just as we ended, Acheron got a message from Freddy, and then through joint meditation, Drakk heard a voice saying, curious, as he looked over the memory of Barax's death. And still in that space between memory and reality, that same voice comes back to you, Drakk. Please, let us have a conversation. And as those words echo in your skull, you drop to the ground slightly, still in the room where Baraxis took his final breath, seeing yourself holding him as the acid burns through his body. However, as you look around this familiar room, your eyes lock onto a point just above the mirror. The point where you fell moments ago. And staring back at you are two red eyes like your own. And the mirror fills with liquid. Red, moving down it like a waterfall. What do you do?
What the fuck is happening? Am I alone in the room? I am.
It is. You are essentially walking through a static memory of Baraxis' final moments. You can see, you can see yourself holding him and the room that he would have died in, likely at this, at one of your accommodation at the school or something like that, or a room you found. But, all the recognizable things from that moment. The only difference being the two red eyes and the mirror, with red liquid going down the surface of it.
Yeah, so I would probably go to the mirror, look into it, and just say, "Who are you?"
You don't get a response, but you're looking through the mirror, and faintly on the surface from the other side, you can see a different room, as if you could walk through.
I will try to reach, just my hand inside the mirror, see if I can go through.
As you sort of move your hand towards it, it's it's a brief instant where it feels like putting your hand into water, and you can sort of see that red liquid falling, like breaking a waterfall with your hand. However, on the other side, it's dry again. It's just the point that impacts the waterfall that is that sort of water-like texture.
Yeah, just 1 second. I need to take something out of the oven. So I'll be right back.
Well, about that weather, huh, guys?
Yeah.
James, please cut.
Okay.
Don't leave me in suspense.
Okay, everyone be silent for as long as you can, and then I'll remember to cut it.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
He's back.
I will say that I can't promise I'll remember that.
I will get annoyed at you if you don't.
I'm really sorry.
That's fine.
Thing is, though, is that the person who made the noise was Asher.
We'll just cut it from Woo's silence to Woo's silence. Like, that's the point there where Woo's not talking. Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was going through the mirror.
Okay. So you step through this waterfall-like surface of the mirror, and your vision is immediately overtaken in red. And as you step through, it's cold and then it's warm. You sort of wipe the that red from your eyes, and the room changes drastically. The walls appear tall and dark crimson. Stairs are marble and sandstone white. In front of you is a large hourglass-like structure that is cracked and pouring with blood. To the left and right are two coffins just in front of the hourglass, and sitting in front of the hourglass is you.
The fuck? Yeah, Drakk is looking really confused.
You can see you sitting at this like lip of the fountain, looking sort of next to this pool of blood, turns to look at where you stand excitedly and says, "Mr. Wintersting, it is a pleasure to meet you personally. I saw what you and the monk did to Ravonix. Inspired, if not slightly too merciful? You don't have to pull your punches, I hope you know that. I made sure he was there."
My friends for that.
Well, I made sure he was there when I heard you were arriving. Call it a show of good faith, a proof of this friendship. But, please, I'll let you talk, but I am just so excited to finally speak to you.
And since you're wearing my face, I assume it's Mr. Right.
He sort of gives not a smirk, but there's like a hint of like I see how this is gonna go in his face, if that makes sense. And he says, I mean, I'm wearing my own face, it just happens that we look alike. But yes, I am Mr. Right, if that's the name you wish to call me.
Well, do you have a different name?
I mean, Mr. Right is the name that people have been calling me, so I'm fine with that for now.
And that, like, we look alike, I mean, I'm staring back into a mirror. That's how alike we are. That's just weird, man.
He sort of stands up, and you can see there is very little difference in the form. I think the only difference would be the outfit, because obviously you're wearing your adventuring, attire, the sort of dark grey, I think studded leather that you have now.
Yeah.
He's wearing like a slightly loose-fitting red shirt, with just sort of generic trousers and some boots, and he says, "Well, I am honored that you think that our form's so similar, as I don't know exactly why I look like this. I saw the way you worked on yourself using your own form as a canvas for the Hemocraft potential, and it inspired me. Truly inspired me. Believe me, I had no desire to take your form, and yet when I decided my own, it was all that came to mind. And obviously I could change it, but it would require being broken down and put back together again, which might be a bit too painful to do on a whim.
Yeah, and I mean, I lived through those experiments myself. That the side effects fucking hurt. But it's still fucking creepy that you look like me.
Would you rather I paint a moustache on? I can do that if you'd like.
That will just be... No, it's fine.
Great. Well, now you're, here. Is there anything you want to ask me?
Yeah. Who are you, and why did you order my best friend's murder?
He sort of looks to the ground, and you can see on the face it's like a cringe expression. And he sort of rubs his temple as he looks at you, and says, "Well, I don't really have a name or I'm not entirely sure what I am. So I call myself, well, they all call me the Bone Right, Mr. Right. I don't correct them because I don't think they're technically wrong. I don't know. It's strange. And I know you think I had Baraxis killed on purpose, but I assure you, I didn't. At that point, I was merely
My friend's murders were just a coincidence.
No, not a coincidence. But let me explain. At that point, I was merely a thought. I was an idea. Though I needed to be physical, I needed a form. Which is why I used the Abishai to try and collect the souls for me. And you see, as he says that, he moves his thumb up to his mouth and bites it, drawing a bit of blood. And as he does, it forms into a deep red piece of parchment with these glowing red and white letters in Infernal that appears in front of you. And it reads, I will send this after I read it. On the text in Infernal, it reads, "Upon this giving of blood, I, the Nameless Lord, forge a deal with those who draw blood below." And below that, you can see 3 stains of sort of dark black-green blood, with 2 of the 3 having an infernal mark which is collected upon them. But below that it says, "I give thee passage to Periphalon, and in return I shall require 1 soul from you. If you fail and ever stain the pillars of sin without my payment, your soul is forfeit and is mine to do with what I will." I will just send that into general so you can look. There we go. But he continues to say, "This was the deal I made with the Abishai. However, only 2 souls were delivered. Ravonix used his acid, which killed the boy slowly, meaning you were by his side at the point of death. For better or worse, it meant I couldn't appear to him and make a deal. So if it helps, you did save his soul in that regard. But with you having Ravonix locked up, it's only a matter of time before I get his soul."
Well, I couldn't care less about that douchebag, so you can have his soul all you like.
I will.
But it still doesn't answer anything. Why did you need a soul?
Well, down here in the
Why
Hells,
don't you have a form? What the fuck? What are you exactly? Are you just a thought, a memory?
I honestly don't know. Hand on my devilish heart.
So
And
you are a devil, in other words.
yes, I thought that was obvious.
Yeah, but you said you don't know what you are, then you...
Well, I know that, but I don't know why I didn't have a form. I don't know what I was, why I am this way. Obviously, most devils have a form. I don't know why I was different. But I needed the souls to gain power, as that's not the currency down here, but it definitely is a good bargaining chip. And
Yeah,
it was
I've come to understand that.
it was kind of the only way I could work my way up to get, well, a life. He does in air quotes.
So, what is it that you're after? Like, why seeking contact with me now?
Well, it's going to sound a little silly, but you are actually an inspiration of mine. I saw what you did to your form once it all happened, and seeing you experiment on yourself and that emotion you put into the hemocraft that is now coursing through you, it was inspiring. And well, it's not wrong to say that you're almost a hero of mine, and part of the reason that I do what I do is because I watched what you did, and it inspired me.
Well, I did all those things out of desperation because I didn't know what to do. Like,
Well,
if this ever happened again, I wanted to be ready for it.
well, sometimes the strongest things are formed from emotions, and a lot of the time negative ones. Diamonds are forged under pressure.
Yeah, I guess. But still, like, what did I inspire you to do? Killing people?
No. You inspired me to work towards something greater. To, well, make art, so to say. To share my creations and, learn how to manipulate the blood and the bone in ways that some people may not even think about. So thank you for that.
I don't know if I should take offense to that or not, but
Believe me, I'm meaning all of this as a compliment.
yeah, but then, like, what's your end goal here?
Well, my end goal here, the gestures to you, is to broker a trust between us. But I guess in general, it's to inspire people like you inspired me, and work towards bigger and better things.
Yeah, you see, that kind of trust thing kind of went out of the door when you killed my friend. I mean, if you had a friend, I don't think you do, because... yeah, I mean, you're all alone. That's... Like, what if you really had a friend and he died right in front of you, and then the guy who killed him comes out, hey, want to be my friend and joined my weird-ass cult? Would you say yes to that?
I'm not inviting you to a cult, and I didn't... It may have been someone I hired, but I didn't kill him on purpose, and if I... Now with the knowledge that I have, if I had known that, I wouldn't have allowed them to kill Baraxis. After seeing what you went through and knowing who you are, it's not a... I do apologize, if it's anything, which I don't know if it is.
Just for your information, that actually helps. To
In
know
what
that
way?
you are actually sorry about what you did and not just murdering for the fun of it.
Again, I don't murder for the fun of it. Listen, with what I do, with what I create, there needs to be bones, which, don't usually come from living people. This is why I try and keep to the, either other devils or things that are at least a challenge. Celestials, dragons, something a bit more fun. Not normal people. That's just, boring, and they act, feels a bit, strange.
So that's why the guy in the blacksmith shop has those weird-ass materials.
Well, he has them partially for me, and he tries to do his own craft here and there. He's not very good.
And when he says that, like, he does them for me, I take up that infernal, what was it?
It was like a bit of like parchment that he had shown as like this was the deal that he made.
Yeah, but infernal bones. That's it.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yes, that, yeah.
Yeah. And I just throw them to him.
He picks them up and says, "Are you sure? I mean, I can pay you back."
I don't really need them, and they're yours to begin with, right?
I mean, he got them for me, but if you wanted them, I mean, you're more than welcome. They could be useful.
I need to check what they do.
I think they give you resistance to fire damage for an hour.
When you break the bone,
and...
you get resistant to fire for 1 hour and 1d8 extra fire damage. Yeah, I mean, now that I have thrown them to him, I'm not gonna take them back. So
he says it, okay, and like chucks them behind him into that pool of blood where they just like sink.
Okay, that was a waste of 100 gold, but sure.
Again, I can pay you back if you'd like.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay.
But I'm still not getting, like... So you're gonna get Rav's soul?
I mean, probably, like, looks at his arm. There's no watch there. I mean, probably at some point soon. You send him to the guards, I mean, he's probably gonna...
Yeah, sorry, continue.
No, I said you send him to the guards. He's either going to get killed by them or he's going to get scared and leave, and he can only leave to the hells, which then makes him not mine, so... Lose-lose for him. Win-win for me.
Cool, yeah. I don't wish him luck, so... Anyway, what's the plan after that? Like, you're free from your pact kind of thingy?
Well, the plan after that is just to do more and more. Bigger, better, more interesting art pieces, things like that. Just, working my way up, as all devils do eventually.
And by art, you mean?
Well, the hemocraft, the bone right stuff.
So you're basically gonna do a better version of me.
Well, not not per se. Not all of my hemocraft is on myself or on people. Sometimes I just make the bones into, like, sculptures.
You know you can do that with a knife, right?
I do. Lots of knives.
Not what I meant, but sure. I meant you can use a knife to cut into a bone to make it into a statue.
Yes, I know. But it's more fun if you get more personal. Really connects you with the piece.
Yeah, that's where you and I don't see eye to eye, because I don't like killing people.
Again, I don't kill people, I just use the bones.
Yeah, but I don't expect they're giving you the bones willingly. Like, here, have my thorax.
Well, that would make things a lot easier. But, no, they don't. That's why, I have people like Ravenix or other people to, he does like the, like thumb across his neck, death kill motion. As,
Yeah, like, why don't you do that yourself then?
because it's messy. And do you really want me running around looking similar to you killing people? That probably doesn't put a good message with your face.
To be fair, I didn't thought about that, but yeah, that's a very good point. I wouldn't be like... Yeah, it would be hard, like, wanted everywhere.
Yeah, that would be tough.
So, in other words, good thinking on your part, but still, I don't see why you need to kill people. Like, take a cow. It has bones.
I mean, I tried working with like animals, but really in the hells, it doesn't really get much traction if you use animals. It's more like the bigger thing, the better here. So sometimes I just have to go big or go home, as they say. And home, in this case, I don't really know where it would be, but I don't want to find out.
What do you mean you don't know where home is?
Well, I don't know where I came from, so I don't know where home is. I don't...
The hells, I presume.
Well, yes, but there are more than, hells, parentheses, somewhere else, probably.
Oh, like... Scars of the Land and...
Like New York, New York.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, we can sit here and talk all day about this. Like, again, why are you here?
What do you mean? What?
Like, why can I talk to you like this?
Oh,
what is
well,
this?
This... you can talk to me because I let you talk to me. You were meditating, and you were in like a limbo space. I'm not sure. But you were looking through memories, and well, I sensed that, so I thought we could talk because I want to try and bridge this gap. I want to try and bridge this. I don't want to be like the bad guy. I'm just trying to help you because you showed me the way, and I now want to pass that on and help you if I can.
Okay. In what way?
Well, he thinks for a second and sort of begins to walk down the stairs towards you. While like rubbing his chin, like muttering, trying to think of something. And as he gets sort of like here, he can
see quite like Drakk is just tensing up.
Mm-hmm. He says, "Please, just relax. It's fine."
Well, it's kind of freaky that a clone of me walks up towards me.
Well, that's fair. Can't really help with that. But this isn't a deal between us, so just feel free to ignore this and continue on with your travels. But I would be remiss not to at least try and give you a hand. And then he begins to mutter something in Infernal, which translates to, "Many enemies stand in the way. Let Drakk Wintersting and his allies have more strength in times of need." And you sort of see this, like, red flash, sort of, in front of your eyes, that sort of forms into a rune. And I will send this into the roleplaying, actually, and probably in general afterwards. But it is another boon. Yeah. that you guys could use. You could swap out if you wanted to.
Is it a swap out thing or is it a choose?
It's a swap out on long rest, and you can then choose to use it. That long rest. But for everyone, it is the Boon of the Red Hunt. When activated, all party members gain a 1d4 bonus to damage rolls. This damage is fire and ignores resistance and immunities. You also gain 10 temporary hit points with Vanish when the boon ends, and currently the boon lasts for 4 rounds because your proficiency bonus is 4.
That's a good one.
Jesus Christ.
That's a really good one. I like that one. We're activating that every fight now. When we wake up in the morning, we are having that on our person at all times. And it said it's not part of a devil deal, so we're good.
But he also says, well, I hope this is at least trying to clear things up. I'm doing my best. I'm not used to meeting your heroes, so they say. And if you ever need anything, just ask. I can do my best. Is there anything else you need before I let you go?
If I want to contact you again, then how? Meditate or?
Well, that might help get another interface like this. But I think if you really want to talk, just like maybe don't say my name 3 times. That'd be weird.
Burn right.
Yeah. Maybe just focus and
You know how to whistle, don't you? Just put your lips together and blow.
Just maybe focus and
I mean, you're not the dog, so
focus. Think about this moment, and he shall appear. I think. I don't know. We'll see.
okay. Thanks. I guess I'm.
He gives like a double thumbs up.
Oh no, not the double.
And says,
I don't trust him.
well,
Inside check that bitch.
with the double thumbs up. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm still very confused of like why you took my form and like I know it's like you needed a form and thought of me flattering and do kind of look great.
If you move to look yourself, he moves like to a mirror.
But like, so you can change your form, but it's gonna hurt like hell.
I know I can do it. I have not done it. I know I can. It might just take a while and a lot of effort and a lot of hour, and I don't feel like doing that to myself.
Yeah.
And as you say, this form is pretty great.
Yeah. Can't you like cut the hair or something? Like have a little shorter hair or something?
I mean, I could tie it up.
Yeah, that would really help. So it's like some difference at least.
He like moves the hair and ties it up into like a bun. I mean, I can. That's fine.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. So, but like, so you just contacted me because you wanted to say, "Hey, I'm a big fan of your work."
I knew you were in the area, and considering you've just, learned of my existence, I thought, well, considering he's meditating in a space where I can talk to him, I may as well see if he wants to talk. I didn't plan this. It just, happened to work for the circumstances.
And like this is really I need time to process this.
That's fine. Take all the time you need.
Because like I learned of your existence like less than 24 hours ago.
That is correct.
How long have you done I assume it's longer than 3 years.
Nope.
Then how long?
No, 3 years. It's since what happened.
Oh, so okay, so my Barax's deaths was the start of all this.
It was the catalyst. Yes. I mean, I didn't have a form till then. So, yes.
Yeah, that's true. You told me that. But like, you just wanted to say hi. I exist.
Yes.
Big fan.
Is that bad?
No, it's just when I think of devil, I think of, hey, want to make a contract kind of thing.
I mean, not all devils are the same, and he shrugs. I have no, interest in making a shady deal with you. That doesn't seem right, considering you gave me everything that I know, essentially.
Yeah, it's just that if you have following my journey, you can see why I don't really trust devils.
No, I get it fully. That's why I was trying to introduce myself in I wasn't, introducing myself like on the street, being like, "Oh, hey, Spider-Man meme, I know you." Like, that'd be weird.
To be fair, this is better.
Thank you. I tried. Do you like the place?
Little bit too bloody for my taste, but to each their own, I guess.
It's common decor here.
Yeah, you didn't answer that question. Like, where is here?
Oh, did I not? I apologize. Well, I can't fully show you because you're not fully here. You're kind of here. It's strange. However, I can say that this place sits somewhere within the endless battle in the Pillar of Wrath. In the Hells, of course.
Yeah, I assumed that.
Yeah, it's tough to explain to someone who's never been there. I mean, if you can find a map. I don't have one. That doesn't make sense to have a map of your own house. But I'm sure you can find one somewhere.
What, a
Wink,
map
wink,
of
nudge,
your
nudge.
house? Or...
Not a map of my house, a map of the Hells.
Oh yeah, somewhere probably.
He shrugs. I don't know.
Neither do I. So,
Anyway.
yeah, this is getting awkward now.
Mhm.
So, like, you're gonna continue to hunt things?
I mean,
make
yeah.
sculptures of them?
Of course.
Like, I don't see the harm in that, to be fair.
See, I knew you would understand. I'm not doing any. I'm just creating art. You wouldn't tell Michelangelo to stop sculpting.
Who?
I don't
Ninja
know.
Turtles?
Yes.
I didn't know he did the art.
Side gig.
Side hustle.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you want to get
so
back?
do you want to, like, just leave you in peace, or?
Well, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I might check in now and then, but if you don't need anything, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. Just thought I'd mention this before someone's like, "Oh, Bone Ride, he's a piece of shit. Don't talk to him. He killed my dog." I didn't do that.
I don't even know if any of our group had a dog, so... Maeve has a cat, though. Don't kill
You
it.
good job wicking
I'm
your
not.
ass.
I have no again, I don't kill small things. That's boring.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not hunting humans, because you aren't, right?
No.
Or, like, all...
Humanoids.
Yeah.
No. Unless they're particularly strong.
Should I introduce him to Simon?
No,
I'll
I'm
say-
I find this sound as interested in giving it.
I wasn't thinking that at all.
Well, I mean, I don't see why you can't just do that then.
See, I knew you'd understand. I just wanted to make myself clear that I wasn't some maniacal evil beast that was trying to make your life hell. Because I'm in the hells, I don't want that feels too cliche.
Yeah, it actually feels a lot better to know that you're not a total piece of shit.
Some people I might be, but I don't think I'm that bad.
Yeah, I mean, when you said that you're actually sorry for his death, feels kind of good to actually hear you say that. So, yeah.
Well,
You do you, boo.
You do you, be. Well, I'm sure you want to get back. But again, if you need to talk, I'm a call away. I don't know. Yeah, I will get you back to those friends of yours. Just make sure to make it count.
To make what count?
The moments you have.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Ominous.
Yeah, a little bit ominous, but sure.
Well,
do you know something I don't?
I mean, I know a lot of things you don't, but not about that.
Yeah, I meant more like...
I don't see
Am I gonna die soon?
I mean, we're all going to die, in the grand scheme of things, probably soon. But I don't know anything specifically.
Okay, good.
Okay, bye-bye. And he waves his hand, and you're like a Doctor Strange portal. It just like red goes over you, and you wake. Your eyes go back open, and you're sitting in the room with Sidon and Acheron.
I'm not feeling anything, Sidon. I don't think. Maybe I'm not sitting right. This is very uncomfortable.
Haven't Acheron
Acheron.
No, Mel fell asleep and I'd like to get coffee.
Oh, Mel, you're right.
Acheron, quiet. I think Drakk is in it though. I can see it.
Yeah, so Drakk, you come back, your eyes open, and from the outside it's been about 2 minutes.
Hey.
What Drakk. The fuck? Okay, Sidon.
I think you were in the zone there.
That? Did you use drugs?
No.
Are we drugged?
What did you see?
Too much.
Did you experience? So, for me, when I did that type of thing, I would enter a place. It was like a linear sort of weird place. So when I've only entered it a couple of times accidentally, and then I started to try and get there on purpose.
Is that a sex thing?
No. But I call it, and it's gonna sound weird and stupid. It's my thing, and you can call it whatever you want. But that space is what I call cage.
Oh, I thought
no,
it's
not a sex thing.
Sidon's happy place, but sure.
No, it's the cage, a soul cage, if you will. Basically, when I split into two people, ish. The thing I explained, where I had the wolf and me had it out, and this was the version that stayed, and I locked him in what I called the cage. That is where I enter. It's like a linear space of like deep in the recesses of your soul, where you can find it. Then what you do, and then you can talk to it, do whatever. And then, well, for me, we eventually came back together, and now it's like just a place for me, I guess. So I assume it was kind of a similar thing.
More like I relived the saddest moment of my life, but sure.
That can happen too.
Yeah, it did.
I thought this was meant to calm us down. That sounds awful, Sidon.
Look, sometimes you have to experience some stuff to come to terms with some stuff. Meditation is a very deep and powerful tool.
That's a sex thing. Sorry, no, Mel walks past the door with the coffee. That's a sex thing.
Look,
have I been doing it wrong all these years?
No. Look, meditation is deep and powerful. It's
Son, you're digging yourself a bigger hole. That's a sex thing.
No. It's It's where you can fully come to terms with one's body. That's what it means to find tranquility and yada yada.
Mel then walks past Cassian and Maeve's door, hears a noise. That's a sex thing, and then goes to bed.
I'm going to go shower in the hottest water I can find.
Please tell me she's having decaf coffee before bed.
Even she doesn't know what she's drinking.
Yeah.
She's gonna be buzzed.
She bats around.
It's like it's liquid.
It tastes like coffee.
So Drakk, this moment you relived of the worst moment. Was it Braxus? I'm assuming it was Braxus. That sounds awful. Are you okay?
Yeah, when
Would you like a hug?
Yeah, it could be nice with a hug.
Dog
And
pile.
I like point where, or more like I go to Acheron and hug him because he can't see me. So.
Oh yeah. I forgot last time. Okay. Well, you sound really upset, buddy. Bring it in. Shit.
Bring it in the wrong way.
Yeah. Well,
Wait,
I'm not
Silent?
touching his
Was-
butt cheeks, so.
was it like reliving the moment itself, or what happened? I felt nothing. It's just a quiet room with three dudes breathing heavily. It was
Mel
pretty
kind of,
awful, to be honest.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Caused a bit of
No, after Mel left, it got a lot worse, I've got to say.
Yes.
So instead of 3 dudes and 1 girl in the room,
Jesus.
just 3 dudes.
Mel's like,
What?
that's the next thing. She locks the door.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
yes.
she locks the door from me. No, sorry. She closes the door and you hear her leave.
This is. I think maybe all of you need to work out, have a cold shower, something. But anyway, tell us about this vision of yours. It sounds intriguing. I would like to comment on it.
Or perhaps you wait till everyone's together
Oh,
in
yes.
the morning. You
Yes.
can give Archer a cliffhanger. Well, I saw. Walks out.
Dun dun dun. Okay. Well, actually,
you
no,
want,
fuck you. I'm
I can,
tired.
if you want, I can sort of give a little bit of explanation on how some of the meditation visions work, reliving certain events. For me,
You can't leave. I fall asleep.
but like for me, there was one moment back in Pyra where I ended up back in my room at the temple, and I could see people around that area, and it was like a memory, but I could interact with things and do something different. It doesn't change the past per se, but it can help come to terms with it, and you can talk to people who weren't necessarily part of that time, if that makes sense. Neither appeared to me that.
No, it doesn't make sense.
No. So, I mean, what I wanted was like a centering, calming moment, not... maybe it's because I've not done this before. What I didn't want to do was get the old, reshuffle the board on the old trauma, which it sounds like what happened to Buddy Boy over there. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe I will give it another go. You know, it's always good to... It's perhaps another type of meditation that is, I don't know, a little bit easier for those of us whose minds race a little bit faster.
And it doesn't, make you sad as shit.
Yes.
I'm gonna be brutally honest. This is silent meditation, brute force above all. You know. So
I wish you could see my face because, like, I just thought, what? Weren't we just sitting in silence? What? So we are taking our Zen nature and pummeling it into submission. Is that...
pretty
right,
much.
Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Well, I am going to bed now. If someone could show me to the door, I will call Porridge and I will have him sweep me to bed. Betty buys.
Yeah, sure.
Try some late night meditation.
I will lead Acheron to the door.
Before Acheron does go to bed, you get brought up from Kara. She gives you like a herbal calming tea or something.
Oh, thank you.
It's like
what's this? It's dog piss. Great.
She's like, what? Okay, and walks off. But yeah, you all. Is there anything else the rest of you want to do before long resting?
Yeah, I have one thing, but
Anyone else before work? Because
What I was going to say was the consensus that Slab was reading the book.
Yeah, read the notes over the course of 3 days.
you can start it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll take some time. You have to read it 24 hours over the space of 3 days.
I worked it out. It's like 8 minutes.
It's like 8 hours. 8 hours a day. Yeah. But yeah, you don't have to do it in one go. You can just sort of
So I'll say this right. I know what you were trying to do. You could do it in half the time, but what it actually is the same amount of reading. Like you could, if it was for the full 6 days, you would still need to read. Like you could still read it in those 8 hours and get it.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
You can still read it slowly. It's just.
But we kind of agreed
stuff.
Yeah, and we did also agree to give it to her in 3 days' time.
Yes, I mean she'd be fine if a bit more. Like she's not.
No way.
Oh, I was going to say, okay. In that case, you'll probably start tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Because then,
motherfucker.
Well, because obviously
she knocks on the door. Get out or give me the music.
Because obviously that means it's like I'm not staying awake for 8 hours.
Yeah, that's good.
But you don't have to stay awake for 8 hours. You can do like an hour before bed. Then throughout the day, the next day, you can do like a
couple hours walk in or something. It's fine. Yeah,
it sort of renders them useless at that point, though.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You can.
Sorry, I'm reading.
Can't we give him the audiobook version?
Nope.
I tried.
Putting on the walk.
He can get the audiobook version after he reads it the first time.
Right. Okay.
He's dubbing the audiobook.
Yeah, Slab dubbing the audiobook as he's going. Slab can only read out loud. And it's really weird because it's sheet music, so he's like, ma, ba, 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 ba. Yeah. Is anyone else doing anything before resting?
No, I think I'm alright.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna when everyone have gone in their separate rooms, I'm just gonna really need to rinse my thought and not think of anything in particular. So I'm gonna try to make a potion with my kit.
What did we say it was?
I think you said 17.
Let me find it. It would be a DC 15 alchemist supplies check. Yeah. So it is your intelligence plus your proficiency.
Let's see here. Use tool. So it's int, and I'm proficient.
Oof. Terrible. So you
You're weighing on your mind a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. You start trying to do it, and I'll say with the 9, you just end up not starting. You go to you pull all the stuff out, so you don't waste any of the supplies. But you sort of go to start trying, and you're like, man, fuck that guy. He's really knocked my vibe. So you don't even start trying. You just sort of not pass out from exhaustion, but you're clearly too tired to actually properly do anything. So you don't waste supplies.
Starting doing it, and no, it's too late for this.
You said all the things out. You look at the time. It's if it's an hour, I would be up until 12:30, and I can't be bothered. I need to get up early.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll do this tomorrow.
Yeah. Anything else from anyone? Cool.
No, I'm good.
So you all can press the long rest button.
No, long slumber.
Yes. Press the long rest button, and in the morning, there is food. There's a smell of food coming from downstairs, and probably a few people are probably already up. Yeah. What's the sitch?
I'm gonna go up and fill my plate with bacon.
Nice.
Only bacon.
I need the protein.
It's 6 on the tray.
You're taking everything. I want some as well. Silent.
Take some then, quick.
Look,
The rest of the plater's mine.
Share it.
You guys don't like me. You made that perfectly clear.
No, we don't like random street vendor meat. This isn't a respected establishment.
What do you mean? It says here it's goat meat.
Jesus.
No, goat is a fine meat to eat. Goat is fine. I like to know what the animal is before I put it in my mouth.
As you're fighting over,
I'm just gonna go for a cheese and ham sandwich.
As you're fighting over various bits of meat, you see Cassian's walking downstairs, and he's just wearing.
His movement speed is reduced to half. He can only walk sideways.
Medicine check.
Hold on. 1 second. Oh god, he's got awful performance. Yeah. He's trying. He's failing. He's you can see he's looking a bit tired. He's wearing like yeah. Just a bit. But he goes down. It's essentially the picture I sent. He's got a baggy shirt on that says "I'll heart the Feywild," and he gets a coffee and is just like standing in the corner, like sipping the coffee, looking exhausted.
Like he's shell shocked. Yeah.
Not shell shocked.
Jesus, Castian, what the fuck has happened to you?
Why are you standing in the corner? You look knackered.
I thought I had a rough night, but
listen,
Jesus.
listen. I'm fine. I'm still getting used to.
You don't look fine.
I'm still getting used to living exhaustion.
It's normal sign. It's called depression. Just it'll come to you in time.
I'm not depressed. Listen. I'm used to not having to sleep, so this is a weird thing for me.
So sleeping to get your stamina back is a new feeling that it's made you exhausted.
Are you sure that you went to bed?
I did sleep. I promise. Does anyone have any orange juice?
I left my electrolytes upstairs. Yeah.
There's probably a pint over there.
Eat some celery. Eat some celery.
Why?
Okay, don't worry about it.
Those are electrolytes.
Yeah, it restores the juices.
I'm just going to have orange juice. And he goes, has like a pint of orange juice. He's just in, like, for the entire rest of the scene, he's in the background chugging orange juice.
Don't chug too much. If you chug too much, you'll
my god!
throw up.
I'll be fine.
Well, I would say as well, during breakfast is when Slab starts to read.
Yeah. So
it's like the morning newspaper.
Yeah. Opens the newspaper. It's like, but yeah, unless anyone says they don't want to be.
So I was going to ask about Drax. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say unless anyone does not want to, is doing something else rather than sitting at the table. I would say everyone is downstairs. Sitting at the table or nailing orange juice or eating ungodly amounts of bacon. But yeah, what's happening?
So, Drakk, you mentioned yesterday that there was you had a vision.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to tell us any more?
Wait, vision? When did this happen?
We did. You guys missed it. Babe, Cass, you missed it. Meditation session went off without a hitch. Drakk entered the space. It was great.
I fell asleep.
It didn't work great for everyone, but that's part of the course.
Drakk just said he had a rough night yesterday, so maybe it didn't work as intended.
To be fair, I did warn them that I was going to fall asleep, and I did.
You did.
So,
like you did warn us.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. But
so totally fair.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole meditation thing, it can be tricky to find that space, if you will, but Drakk managed it. Props to him. Clap, clap, clap. Like it's an AA meeting, Jesus.
My name is Drakk, and I'm an alcoholic.
My name is Drakk, and I can see colors.
You can see colors. Well done.
No,
you're
taste colors.
Stop rubbing it in.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, God.
But yeah, Drakk had a sort of vision What happened in it? I think that's what Acheron tried to ask.
Folks out.
Well, first, you know what happened, like I told you yesterday, happened.
Yeah. You saw for the people who weren't there, Maeve, Cass, he relived a very poignant and sad moment in his entire life.
Yeah, don't really want to talk about that, so...
I love how the tone of how the Sidon said it's just downplayed. He's like, yeah, he only saw like a depressing moment in his life.
Dr. Phil, isn't he?
Where did Sidon get his license to be a therapist?
I don't have one. That's kind of the problem here.
Came in the mail.
Got it for eating 6 packets of Cocoa Pops.
He got a free voucher with the mystery meal.
Well, anyway. So when I was there, I saw a mirror that shouldn't be there.
In your vision?
Yeah, in my vision. Like, this is all in the vision. So,
okay.
So I started like, what the fuck is this doing here? And then something stared back at me. And it said, God help me, please. I can't remember.
He said, let's have a conversation.
Yeah, that. So I reached into the mirror and I actually could walk into the mirror. Really trippy shit, I know. And there I actually met the one we call Mr. Right.
The Bone Right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And he does look exactly like me. It's really trippy. Really freaky.
And he can't change that form at all?
He can, but... like... It's gonna hurt like fuck. Like, I know, trust me. Like, he has made this, like, similar experiment that I have done. And, yes, so, yeah, it's just gonna hurt like fuck.
Oh.
But he did tie his hair up to a man bun instead, so... It's fine, we can see the difference.
People and not being able to tie their hair up.
So you met the Bone Right. I assume you fought him and defeated him.
I didn't actually.
Oh. Well, tell us more.
Yeah, he explained like what have happened and the killing of Araxis was an accident. He didn't actually meant for that to happen.
Oh.
So yeah, yay.
Plus one on the Bone Right column.
So how was it an accident? Didn't he send the Abishai to kill someone?
Yeah, it's a little bit unclear about that. But he actually did apologize so much for it because this is gonna sound really weird. He's like my #1 fan.
What?
It's really weird.
He's got the Drakk foam finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are #1.
Yes. So, did he like? Okay. So he's your #1 fan. He apologized for killing Praxis. From the sound of your voice, you accepted his apology, and I want to say forgave him.
I did accept his apology, yes. I don't really know if I can forgive this, but I'm willing to move past it.
That's very big of you, Drakk.
Yeah, like, this is actually thanks to Maeve and Cass for that talk we had yesterday before we beat the shit out of Ravs. Like, actually not taking another person's life, because yeah, that really like put my mind to a better place, I would say.
So I did flip-flop a little bit on that argument, so... well,
Sorry, what?
Flip-flopped. I was torn between both sides. Both had good points, but...
Doing and throwing.
Toing and throwing, yes. Flip-flopping, yes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yep. But it sounds... So you've put it to bed, you've moved past it.
I have, yes.
Yes. Well, it's big of you, Drakk. Very proud.
And he actually gave us one thing, like, what should I say, like...
A boon.
No, like, when you lay down your arms, like, kind of offering
A
a
truce?
peace gift, that's it.
Ah.
And it's... You know the boon of the Valiant Emerald that we have?
Yeah.
Mm.
He gave me another one.
You didn't make a deal for that one, though, did you?
No, I did not. I'm not stupid.
So we get
I
the
mean,
boon
no.
of the Red Hunt for free, no backlash, no problems. This is the best boon we ever have. It increases damage and health, and it's just perfect.
I haven't
and
even told
Wait,
you about
Titan,
it.
how do
I'm
you know
psychic when it comes
damage?
to power. I'm psychic when it comes to power.
Well, I basically tell them about the boon of the Red Hunt and what it does.
Yeah.
So, hypothetical then. This get a 1d4 bonus to damage rolls. So if I were to cast Magic Missile at 4 different people, would it be... And I was 4 darts, would it be 2d4 plus 1 to
I
each
think
person?
it would be
That
per,
was
per,
one,
dart.
like-
Per dart.
Per dart?
Yeah.
Fuck me!
Like Scorching Ray,
basically
each
got a
Scorching Ray,
free,
Eldritch Blast.
Is that, I assume-
very
is that-
strong.
Is that per dart? Sorry, I'm assuming, actually, I think a better wording would be per target rather than per dart.
No, I'd say per dart.
Even if it was all at one person?
If you were to,
James, stop
if
trying
you
to
would-
nerf
if
us
you
and
would-
accept
Well,
it.
it's hypothetical.
If you were to do, James, if you were to do 4 darts
Yeah,
at one
that's a
person,
good thing.
if you were to do 4 darts at one person, each dart would have an additional d4.
Damn.
That is fire
Alright,
damage that
okay.
ignores resistance and immunity.
It's like
I'm
how
very
Hellfire
happy.
darts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's power.
Yeah, resistances aren't something I concern myself with, but that's really strong. Yeah, that's why I wanted to just clarify because for Sidon and for okay, so here's the flip side, right? If you've got a weapon that deals 2 types of damage, is it just 1d4?
it will just be for one attack, like, you know,
for
one
attack,
hit. Yeah.
one roll. Well,
Yeah.
see, that's what about a divine smite then?
What do you
You do
mean?
all the radiant damage. and then
Divine
you do
Smite.
an
Divine Smite.
added
Divine Smite is one
roll.
attack.
Yeah,
Divine
I know,
Smite is
but
one.
I think it's on. 'cause
It's
obviously-
per instance.
per roll,
like,
per
yeah,
instance.
like,
Okay,
yeah.
fine.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's
I'm
not
not
going to
complaining.
change a damage roll.
Yeah.
We just add
It's,
an
it's
additional
like if you
damage
do a,
die
if
of
you
fire
if
damage.
you're a paladin, you do a d8 plus 2d6 smite plus 1d4 fire. It won't double that up. It will just it will add on to whatever attack essentially.
That makes a Hex Eldritch Blast build insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Warlocks, look out.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check. That's
Yep.
yeah. Acheron's eyes go wide. Even though there's no
Wait,
light to come in.
So, Drakk,
Yeah.
what did you do to gain the admiration of this individual?
Where's the grapefruit noise?
Exists.
It was not grapefruit noise, no. It was like when Baraxis had died, I have told you like I did experiments on myself. That's why I could do the things I do.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's why he like started taking interest in me, like what I did, and like a fan of my work, so to speak. Because that's how he actually got his body that he has now, I think. Yeah.
So he was essentially thanking or rewarding you for not a gift that you gave him, but not really something he took from you either. Rather, well, as you say, the inspiration. Wow. Dare I say it, I think there's I can't see an immediate downside. And his work with the bones. What's all this?
Yeah, like, I know he's a devil, he's a little fucked up. Like, that's, I'm not gonna lie about that. Like, he likes to, like, take out the bone and make, like, sculpture or something of that kind. But he has said that since Baraxis was an accident, he is actually moving up his game, so no more humanoids.
Damn, shame.
What do you mean,
What?
shame?
Well, I mean, I would like to fight the guy, you know?
Jesus.
Well, there's nothing preventing you fighting him, Sidon. I just wondered why you'd want to.
Oh, you guys want to hunt big game like devils?
No, why would we want to do? Oh, maybe
Only
it's just
small
me.
game, Sidon. Only small game.
I
That's going
would,
to bad part you there.
Get back in your lane, Mr. Small Game.
when it's essential. I don't want to fight for the sake of fighting. I thought,
That's where we differ. I love fighting.
Yeah, we know.
Did you, quick question, Dread. So we know the Bone Right, or at least we assume the Bone Right was the one who stole the sheet music. Did you ask why he stole the sheet music?
To be fair, it didn't really came up to mind. I was a little bit too busy, like, looking at myself walking around. It was kind of trippy.
Yeah, I can tell you it can be jarring. Yeah.
It's like
What?
reading a book in second person.
I mean, if I meet him again, I could ask him, but
sorry. I was asking why Sidon. How do you know what it feels to see yourself walking around?
Because I did it when I entered the soul cage.
Yes, but that was what it sounds like. The soul cage is like a I don't say illusion or
It's a
hallucination.
mental space. It's a mental
A
space.
mental space, but I think from what Drakk has said here, he was actually seeing physically another being in his. This is why I don't use seeing through Rayod or through Porridge, because it's very disorientating controlling myself like I'm in Grand Theft Auto. It's super disorientating.
to be
What
fair,
is an auto?
just
What the hell are
gonna
you
ask a
talking about?
question to the DM.
Mm.
Like, the hells,
Yeah.
are they split up in, like, layers, or?
If you want to make me a history or arcana check.
Fiends on it?
Yep, fiend is fiend. Yep.
What do you say, history or arcana?
History or arcana, yeah.
And the guidance.
And again.
Let's roll that.
16, nice. Plus a d4.
1d4.
Oh, okay.
17.
17. From your knowledge, I don't know if you'd have much knowledge about the hells. You would know that they're not split up in like different realms. They're connected. Actually, I'll say the most that you know at the 17 is that the hells are formed of multiple floating islands around a point.
Yeah, because he said something about, like, the circle of wrath?
He said the endless battle in the Pillar of Wrath.
Yeah, Pillar of the Wrath, that's it.
Which I would say with that 17, you can assume to be one of the islands, perhaps, that makes up the hells, but without like a map or anything, you wouldn't really know.
Yeah, and there's not really a map, because...
Yeah, you're not going to find one
if you
laying
end
about.
up there, you're never coming back.
Yeah, you're not going to find one just laying about. You need to find like a specialist who would be aware of stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, like, that's where he is, so that's like his domain, I guess.
Did he give another name? I didn't recognize the name Bone Right. Did he have another alias that perhaps we may know him under?
No, I asked him, and he was like, he doesn't have a name. Like,
So this is very meta, but he calls himself the Nameless Lord.
That was what was written in the pact.
Yeah. Would Drakk remember that and mention it so I can roll? Because I want to see if I can recognize that.
Make me roll me a d20.
Just a d20.
Just a d20.
1d20.
13.
14.
Yes, okay, with a 13. I'll say yeah. Just because it's unlucky 13. Or lucky 13. Yes. You would remember the name, the Nameless Lord. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean.
Okay.
The title.
The title, the Nameless Lord, the pseudonym. Can I roll an Arcana on that, or history, or whatever you want me to roll?
You can roll me a history check.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to give myself guns.
Mhm.
24
Nice.
plus 2, 26.
No idea.
Okay. I'm sure I've heard that before. Okay. I don't know what that is.
I'll tell you what. If you have, it's not.
Okay, my mum was from somewhere else then. Okay.
But it'd be hilarious if in your campaign you have a character called the Nameless Lord.
It doesn't sound like a name.
Actually, you know what?
Right.
You know what? That could be it.
I did dance around on a name, like a few different names. They were all within, like, similar to that. But I don't think I've ever used those three words connected
Okay.
for a
Okay, all right, no, fair enough. I must have heard it somewhere. It might
I
have
mean,
been
it's not like an
wonderful.
uncommon sort of
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
you might hear.
The
like a
weirdly, the
family
Nameless Lord is about uncommon a name.
No, do you know what I mean though? It's like in a fantasy like world
Yeah,
of
yeah,
running. Like it's something that you might be like
Just
something
silly,
similar to
isn't
that.
it?
Yeah. Like the nameless, the
Yeah.
nameless one, whatever.
Oh, it could have been from the Sorrow Sworn. You know,
Maybe.
I think-
Sorry.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I don't think I've ever said that. I don't think I've ever
Okay.
shown that before. So
That's fine. I
if
thought
it is
I'd
connected to
remember
something, it's completely unintentional.
Okay.
Well, anyway, Mr. Right and the Bone Right is more like names that people he have interacted with gave him. So
Okay.
it's not really his name, but since he doesn't have one, I can't really tell you what his
You
real
should have
name
given
is.
offered him a name, son. Drakk. Jesus, my brain today.
Wow, you
yeah, I
comparing
know.
Poseidon.
No, you should have given him another name. You should have given him. I don't know.
Big long titties.
Toby.
Demony Devilly McDevilface. I don't know.
I don't think that's a good name, but
How about Drakk 2?
that is even worse than the Bone Right.
Get out of my head.
No. That's funny.
Drakk Junior. No, I'm kind of. I like Mr. Right. It's fine.
No, it's I'm sure a great name. So, what did he? Do he want anything from you, or?
To be fair, he actually just wanted to talk and say that big fan, thumbs up. Both of them.
Wow, both thumbs.
He gave you a
Yeah.
double thumbs up. Next
Yeah.
you're going to tell me he gave you a finger guns away.
Can I roll an Arcana
did
check to see if
debate
that's
it.
ever happened before in the
No.
whole of the world?
I did debate doing the thing against, but I didn't. While I was talking, I was like, should I? Nah. I'll wait for
No.
silence. People get to do that.
But yeah, no finger guns, sadly.
Oh. Well, never mind. There's always next time, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he didn't want us to do anything or free the Abishai or anything like that.
Nope. He actually prefers him where he is.
Well,
Oh, really? Any reason why?
No, just that he fucked up, so.
so it's not that he was against evil creatures. He just thought this one was an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kind of.
okay. Well, I can understand
Speaking
that.
of-
Wait. He knew about the Abishai? What did he say about it? Did he
Well,
know that
I don't really know how, but he can
Crap out of him?
actually, monitoring where I am.
Oh.
Did you not think to ask?
No.
Okay.
I was tired. I was in a trance. What the fuck?
Okay, no, I'm just.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Look, the first meditation cycle is a hard one. We keep doing it, we keep pushing, and then eventually you guys get to be masters like me.
Sorry. So I just want to make sure. So what is the end goal here? Are we all trying to get a return pass to the hells, or
just a return pass to your own inner psyche?
Just the way you say it makes it sound icky, but okay. I will attempt. If there's another type of medication, Jesus. If there's another type of meditation you think might work for me, or a medication that might work for me, am I right? Then I would. If think on it, Sidon. I know it's different than what you would normally do, but if you can, if perhaps as I don't know, I've heard sometimes music or candles or incense, aromas, smoke, things like that can assist.
I mean, the way I do it is like silent meditation, but
Yes,
I guess we could try the Othin style.
What's that?
That's a much more tranquil, sit in a forest under trees, and
Just before you carry on, though, I will remind you we're in a desert.
yeah. So we'd have to wait until we got to Therios, whatever it's called.
I mean, there is a forest here technically. I don't know how tranquil it is.
Actually, what are you talking about? We are literally next to a tree.
This
Are
is
we?
the map.
Yeah,
The map
here.
is
On the
not fully
map,
accurate.
bottom left.
There's like a bit of like greenery, but it's
I
not
will-
like entirely accurate.
I will remind you, I can't see.
That's also true.
Also, so when I was here, maybe it was a sapling. I didn't spend an awful time here, but there is a grove of trees. But again, it's for power purposes, if I'm remembering my notes correctly. So it's not super duper tranquil. The fabricated forest, that's the one. Thank you.
There is the Green Walk, which is technically a forest, but it's like mainly for like farming.
I suppose we could try it in the Green Walk. Well, before we try it again, I don't know if I mentioned to everybody yesterday. I think some people drifted off. I'm not sure. It's difficult to keep track of people because sometimes people are quiet and there's a lot of noise in here. But I got a message from one of my old friends asking me today if I would come to them. They had something they wished to say to me. Now, I'm engaged in the meditation yesterday because I was quite apprehensive about what to expect. I was not a great friend to them. I left after a horrible thing happened. I didn't look back and I never checked on them, and I was ashamed. And well, we all know the story by now, surely to God. So I haven't seen them in over a year, I think. And he reached out to me yesterday, asked me to meet up, and I said yes. So that's why I was apprehensive. This is why Sidon kindly offered to do the meditation. I'm going to see him today. He did tell me where. At the moment, I can't remember exactly where it was, so I'll just check my
the
notes.
Crystal Nexus in Eighth
In the
Stone.
Crystal
it's one of the spots. It's
Nexus.
one of the spots in the university.
Okay, it's in the university, so you can come along and have a look. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. From what I remember.
Are they doing the magic sport thing?
The what?
My dude, I don't even fucking work here. Your guess is as good as mine at this point.
When are like sports seasons in real life?
Sports
I don't know.
seasons. They generally play over the summer months, so maybe
Thank
they're
you.
approaching the end of the season. I don't know.
No, it's again.
It makes sense because it's an academic year, so perhaps it's just starting the season.
No.
What time? No.
But DM can't be bothered to come up with.
Okay.
rules
Oh
for
no!
a sport.
Wait a minute. This is one moment. This
It's
is
Christmas?
Wait, I
It's-
know the
oh,
date.
it's-
Bear with
it's
me one moment. I haven't, no,
mid-August.
don't tell me. I haven't written down. What's the point of me writing it down if you tell me? Wait a moment. He checks his internal calendar via. Oh, wrong day. What the fuck? I'm sure I wrote it down. So it's the 22nd November fall. That was like 2 or 3 days ago, right? It's like the 25th November fall.
I think it's currently 25th.
Yeah, 25th. Can I get a hero point for getting that right?
No.
Oh, you bastard. Okay. It's the 25th November fall. It's 20. So let's see. Last item. Emberfall is a month free of sports because it's notorious for flus and colds and things. So we abstain from sports in this month. It does. It does, however, save a lot of effort from God.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go Wildcats.
No,
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Go Wild Hog.
That's worse.
Go Gem Boys.
That's
Okay.
that's very cringy.
Go Hot Dog. I don't know. Okay. So
Well, magic mites or something like that.
yes. Go
I thought you said
Magpies.
ma-
Yeah,
I thought you
go
said magic
Magpies.
mics.
Yeah, go Magpies. Okay, so as I keep getting
They're not
tangent.
magic
My ADHD is on fire today. I apologize.
What, you have ADHD? You never told me that.
Really bad.
Damn.
So what's the fucking saying?
Talking about
oh,
Ghost
right, yeah,
Friday in the
so
Crystal
I would
Nexus.
I would like you, my friends, to come along. You don't have to if you don't want to, but the invitation is there. You could meet Freddy, perhaps. He's a nice gentleman, very fun, enjoyed a drink, good person, good people, and I think it would be good for him to see that I have not backup, but people who've come with me. I don't know.
Beat you up.
Yeah, I don't say backup, but in case he does want to pull my trousers down and throw
You're gonna be
throw
like
down the toilet.
pointing to Sidon like, look, Freddy, this is new Freddy.
I don't think
No,
I'll
no,
fall
no.
in the new Freddy territory. I think new Freddy's smart.
What?
Wait, Freddy's smart.
Old Freddy's smart.
Yeah.
Freddy is a magic person, a magical user, much like myself. From memory, he was I want to say cleric.
Sorcerer.
Freddy,
You,
Sorcerer.
you told me what they were.
I did, but I haven't
Sorcerer.
looked at them. He's a sorcerer, so he's not like. This can sound mean. He's not the smartest, but he's very,
His
very.
intelligence is higher than most of the party.
His intelligence. Don't worry, Sidon. His intelligence is higher than yours, and he is very charismatic, outgoing, wonderful person. You'll like him, I'm
Got
sure.
really decent stats. Never mind.
Yeah. So, if you'd like to come along, please tell me because I can't see if you're raising
Yeah.
your hands or nodding.
No,
Yes.
I'm
One,
not.
two.
Yeah, I will come along as well.
They get a show of eyes.
Only if you're willing to have me come along, because I can be a handful.
I mean, I just invited you.
I know, but I mean,
Do you want to split? Sidon, would you like to come along?
Yes.
Okay. What would you do if I said
Okay,
no now?
Fred, you're not coming.
I
don't want you there.
I'm gonna assume, unless people will say otherwise right now, that everyone, all of you six, yeah, are coming along to Aetherstone.
Cass come along?
Who's the sixth?
What?
What?
Acheron, Slab, Drakk, Cass, Maeve, Sidon. That's 6.
Oh God! Sorry. I didn't count myself. I was like, what? I
Just
told you my
checking
is so
with,
bad. Jesus.
just check it. Is Cass willing to come along with Acheron, or is she still mad?
Hold on, I'm thinking of if I have anything better I could maybe do. Well, I don't have the money to go for magical items, so I guess I go.
Again, you don't have to if you don't want to.
You can always just go in and explore the university if you don't actually want to. You can just look
Go
around.
in, steal magical items from the university. Sounds like a plan.
That's not what I said.
Really, I heard magical
Well, if God
university.
says so, no, just kidding.
If New Freddy says so, then. But yeah, you all start to walk over to, because it is about probably 10:30, 11ish now, because woke up, had breakfast, talked for a while.
Can we take a short break?
Yes, we will in a sec. I'm just going to describe the university and then I will take a short break. But yeah, you head over to the university. You go we'll say you go sort of around this way, past the Great Library to the left, and Tower Meccan is to the right. It's a sort of a whirring tower. It's got smoke, multicolored smoke coming out of various different pipes and holes in the wall. There's like the whirring of cogs coming from it. You hear the occasional like explosion. You're like, oh, it's fine.
Hey, Alpha, what is with the big tower of random metal?
Which one? I can't see.
Sorry, what?
Oh, the thing that's making all the roaring and explosions.
Would we
I don't know
know
what
what
it's
that
called.
Yeah, I would say both Drakk and Acheron will know what that is. It is the home of Victor Devoyle, the chief artificer.
Oh,
Ah.
it's the artificer professor. He's a little kooky, a little unusual, which I always kind of leant away from artificy until I actually realised that perhaps maybe a practical use for it at very low levels.
Really, I thought they had incredible uses at higher levels. To be fair.
No, a lot of people make that mistake.
But you continue and walk across the bridge above the retailed ravine. Sort of get to overlook a lot of that area that you were in yesterday. Coming to the sort of Aetherstone accommodation area. And I'll leave this up to you, James. Would you go up and through like the accommodation area, or would you go like to the side, just to the main entrance of the university?
That's a good question. How winding is the path through the accommodation? And
It's not really.
there to, like...
You would have to like go up a bit more, and then it's like a straight road essentially, from like the outside to the main university campus.
I think Acheron would have normally walked through the accommodation to get to school, and I think that's the way his feet would carry him.
Okay,
without thinking.
fair. Yeah. So you walk through, and I would say you see some of the old places, but you don't.
Do I?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you sort of walk through the accommodation. A lot of you begin to see the hustle and bustle of students, things like that. People, either writing stuff, or you going to the university grounds, or getting a Starbucks. Because there are like a few entertainment sort of drinks, places that you can go through here. But you sort of go, and within, you guys we're going from like the opposite end of the town, so probably takes you about an hour and a half to get, like a peaceful walk through the city, through a not peaceful city, but you eventually get to the main university gates, and we will take a break there. Jumping back in, you guys have just made it to the outskirts of Aetherstone University. There are these sort of large,
Sorry.
Sorry. Sandstone type walls that are sort of on the outside. You can see are covered in various sort of runes, and they don't do anything. They're just for like decoration.
I point out, so a lot of people think these runes are protective. However, it's just a tourist trap. Don't believe the hype.
Yep. It's like when people have tattoos in like Chinese that just are not, not right.
Sweet and sour chips and peace.
Yeah.
Microwave.
It's like abjuration runes for like, hey, welcome, but everyone's like, oh my god, this means. It's just yeah. But there are the you're at the side entrance of the university where most of these students will come in and out, and by the gates are two large crystal golem type things. I think Drakk and Acheron would be aware. I don't actually know if I named them. Hold on.
I would say so. Sidon, one of these golems you're coming up to are going to ask you a riddle. One of them can only ever tell the truth, and one of them can only lie, and you have to figure out which one is which.
No.
Okay, yeah, I'll just punch one and then ask if that one got punched.
No, don't do that.
It would work though, wouldn't it?
No. They might punch you back.
Yeah,
but Acheron
and the question, it would work though, right?
For some reason, I didn't write names for them. I feel like I did, but I can't find it if I did.
Burnley.
No.
Wingers and dingers.
But you would know that they are. It's not just two of them. They are sort of all about the campus, and they are like sort of protector bots. They're there if because obviously you could have normal like security, but it wouldn't really work because all those people can do magic. So they are robots who are designed
like paid.
Yeah, well, no, these are golems that are designed to briefly nullify magics and stuff. And they also work, act as like security and things like that, like helpers occasionally.
See one with a mop and a bucket.
Yeah.
Finch is Finch from Harry Potter.
Yeah. Troll in the dungeon. And that's the other guy. But you sort of walk up and you can see that one of the robots, I should say robots, one of the golems, crystal golems, looks down to your group, and in your head, psychically, you will hear, "Please show identification."
Oh shit! Do I
Side
have my NU? I have an NUS card somewhere. Bear with me.
I don't even know how it would work. Also,
I would remember what they look like, right? Would I still have my card?
You would, yeah. Acheron and Drakk would definitely have their
lanyard with a little
you'd
picture
have that lanyard with the school banners. Yeah.
What we gonna do?
Well, no, you're our guest.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's not a bank vault. They just will need to make sure they're not letting in crazy people. I face in general direction.
Or you think you look at?
I just stare off into the middle distance. I jim the camera.
You're accidentally staring at some random younger student who's like, and walks up.
If you could see, you
stares at Maeve instead.
A plate of food that is just sort of picked up off some person's table and accommodation.
So, Mr. Crystal Golem, whose name escapes me for the moment, as I'm sure it does everyone else. Here's my identification: Acheron Ipsissimus.
You see, they look at it, and it's like a brief, scanning thing, like a wave of energy, and you get they give you a massive crystal thumbs up and says, in your head, "You are free to go."
And then steel watch up in this bitch.
They would do the same for Drakk, and I assume as they look the rest of the group, they'd say, "What are their names and what they say? What are their names and occupation?"
Fellows, you may introduce yourselves.
What occupation do we have?
We're adventurers.
Yeah. But I mean, on top of that, your occupation can also fall into your class. In some classes, anyway.
Bard, yeah. Bard definitely works.
Bard is definitely an occupation.
Cleric.
Yeah, Bard, Cleric, both of them definitely work. I don't know if you get away with Monk and Warlock, but...
No, Druid certainly not.
My occupation is Warrior.
Warlock.
Occupation, fucking cool. But yeah, you go through one by one, and as you go, they... you see the other golem, the one that's not currently you're interfacing with, is... sort of
interfacer. I barely know her.
Is with its hands as the other golem gets your titles and whoever you are. It sort of puts its hands together and forms a lanyard, and you can see the actual what would it be the bit that goes around your neck. Is formed. You know what I mean? I don't know what it'd be called. I think
that is the lanyard bit, isn't it?
Is that the lanyard part?
Yeah, I think part of it.
But the bit that goes around your neck is sort of that same crystal color. It's blue-green sort of color that signifies. You can see engraved on it is visitor on the back. As you'll get given the visitor passes. It's you must be with A or B. You must be with a student and/or member of staff to be allowed in the premises. If you are not, you will be taken off the premises.
Need old hands. Okay.
It's not.
Question.
The golem says, "That's not what I said."
Question, and I'm not going to do it, and just a hypothetical. If I were to wander off,
please don't.
Is there something that would prevent me, and would I teleport back here? Or do you just happen to find me and scan me, and then you're not with your buddy system?
The golem looks at you with its the pitiless eyes, with just the lack of face. And in your head side, you hear, "If you are not with one of these two," gestures to Drakk and Acheron, "or with another member of staff, you will be escorted off the premises quickly."
And you would know that I'm not with them.
Yes.
Okay.
Have a good day. And
you said hold hands, Simon.
You're let into the main university campus through the gates.
I can
and
just see like that robot from the Terminator when it's in Family Guy with a hall pass.
oh God.
It's like, show hall pass. It's right here. Open fire.
And as you walk in, you can see that there are a sort of number of like courtyards with like some greenery. You can see various buildings. Some of them appear to be like at weird angles, like not defying gravity. A lot of like Mage's towers for some of the higher.
Do you mean
members
not
of staff.
obeying gravity?
What did I say?
You said not defying gravity.
Yeah, I meant to say not obeying gravity. Thank you.
They're on the ground.
Some of them are actually just standing, like they're just there normally, because that is true as well. James, I said what I said.
So just a quick one. Which NPCs have any NPCs come with us?
I'm gonna say no. Just for now. Just for I would say no one for now. If you want in the future people come back, because I assume you might come back later on for different things.
I don't know.
Yes, but just for now, I'll say no because it's easier. The B team are having a
Cassian's sitting there with like a bowl of ice on his crotch.
Not his crotch.
But
in a bowl of ice.
Yeah, but Acheron and Drakk would know the campus well, and as you enter, you get a map for the group. I don't have a map because I realized I couldn't be bothered to make a university map. You get like a map of the campus. You can see the different areas, like different wings.
Download the map to download the map to like Oxford University in London or something.
Oh, no.
So as we arrive, like Acheron, like we get the map. We all kind of gather around. They all gather around to look at it. Acheron takes a step back and he calls Porridge down. And he goes, Porridge, I just want to see it again. Can you have a fly around so I can see it through yours? And Porridge's like, yeah, sure, buddy. Flies off. Yeah, flies off, looks down, and like anyone looking at him, at Acheron, not Porridge. I mean, Porridge is cool, but anyone looking at Acheron would see like it's like this almost like bittersweet like smile. Like it's clearly he's very fond of this place. But as he gets closer to his destination, he's getting not reluctant, but more and more apprehensive. Like he's like playing with like the what's it called? Not the lapel, but like the end of his shirt. Like he's fidgeting. Yeah, he's fidgeting with the hands. He's clearly like he's gonna do it, but it's like his tells are on full show.
Yeah, and as you're looking at this map, and Acheron is like seeing from a bird's eye view, there are sort of multiple different wings. I will tell you where Freddy is specifically in a second, but I'll just describe them all very briefly. So that is the Arcanium, which is like the main arcane wing, which is the focus on like abjuration, evocation magics. It's sort of like a grand hall with these towering crystalline walls of like raw magical energy. This is where students would focus on like the fundamentals of magic, sort of channeling the arcane power as well as like controlling elements and defending against magic, things like that. There is the Flourishing Halls, and its focus is on like druidic magic and nature and stuff like that. Also, sort of conjuration falls into that, and it's like one of the main areas with gardens, lush vegetation, sort of larger trees, things like that. It's almost like the Forbidden Forest from Harry Potter, but less like evil, just more like a magic forest. There is the Luminarium, which is like divination and enchantment. It's like you can sort of see the building. It is almost built like an observatory, with like a tower at the top that has like a point to like look at the stars when it's nighttime. There's sort of glowing crystals around with many chambers to like not astral project, but to focus on trying to like move your form and see things like that. This is where Freddy would be, specifically in the Crystal Nexus, where students would practice like enchantment and things like that, like enchanting objects, things like that, objects, individuals, moving things, essentially. There is the Crucible, which is the transmutation and alchemy. which is sort of a magical laboratory with a forge, which is where you find, a lot of artificers or like transmutation
I
specialists.
thought you said lavatory then. I was like, what?
Yep. To like
the school.
experiment. I mean, there are a lot of lavatories around, yeah. But where they practice, the forging and creation of magical items. That's where also a lot of the golems either are like housed or like initially made. There is the Hall of Shadows, which is illusion necromancy, and it's sort of like, how do I describe this? I'm just gonna say it. Imagine the tragedy bard theater kid area with like there'd be places for illusion for performances, for things like that, and there's also sort of an area for like the more necromancy type stuff, which is whatever. I'm not going to go through all of it because I have a lot written down, as Wu and James know. I'm just not going to go through all of it specifically. Then there's
he's lying. He's got nothing.
And then there is the temporal wing, which is sort of the newest area. It's focused on like chronomancy, time manipulation, things like that. And
so how do we know it's the newest?
Because it was put there the most recently, bitch.
Yeah, but it's time magic.
No, I get it. I got the joke. I just didn't care.
From the past.
But yeah, there's also like the library. It's a small library than the library you walk past, but it's useful. Then there is other stuff like that. I won't go through it all because I do have a lot. But you would know from your message, Acheron, that Freddy is in the Luminarium, specifically the Crystal Nexus. Yeah.
Well, if we're all as in one mind, please, if you'd like to follow me to the Crystal Nexus. Sorry, I've got a really bad cough. That's where Freddy said he'd be waiting for. Where he would be, rather. I don't think he's spent all day waiting. I think he's doing something else there, but this is where he said he would be. Yes, so if you'd like to follow me, maybe, a quick question. When you've seen ghosts in the past, are they always in the place they died? Or as far as you know? They seem to kind of gravitate to the area they passed away in.
God?
Yeah, they would be, if they're not in the exact spot, it would be like, within a range that's not very big. Other than very specific circumstances. I'm trying to think of any off the top of my head. I guess ghosts. Or like the ghost that you saw in the moorland. With it's the only example that's coming to my mind at least. Of ghosts that are like actively moving around. But yeah, they usually stay pretty close to where they died.
I will repeat that.
Okay. So from my knowledge, I don't know if you will see Mason here. From the little I know, we were rescued by Kara and a few of the other adventurers in her party, whose name I do have written down, but I've completely forgotten.
Ruby Hawks.
So they did swoop in and rescue us. But if you do let me know if you see anything. Okay, thank you. Okay, onwards. Soldiers.
Yep. So you walk past a few of the other areas to the Luminarium, and you sort of the doors they're open, but there's almost like a sheen or a shimmer to it, where like you can't be affected by anything in like on the inside of it before like heading in, just to like in case for like errant spells or whatever. But you all walk in. Let me just change my notes because I was.
Does that dispel familiars or anything like that?
No. It's just once you go through it, you're on that side of it, and it's like like
the shower at the like the swimming baths.
Yeah.
As we're walking through, right, do all the students of the 8th Stone University have familiars Is it like a usual thing, or is
it's
it?
not unusual.
or is it
I would say a lot of
Acheron
the...
a special case type of thing?
No, a decent
Well,
amount of them will have familiars.
yeah.
Like a
It's
lot
a-
of the wizards, a lot of things like people who would want them. Like
Yeah.
it's not something
it's
that
just-
everyone has.
It's not like it's not like first day of school. You learn how to call your familiar.
I mean, in some classes maybe, but like not. And even if they do know it. Not everyone has one.
Yeah. So Acheron has told you before. This is ages ago. This is back when we're in the Moorlands, I think. That Porridge. He found a scroll, a Find Familiar, and he wasn't particularly like magically inclined. He was academic, but he's not super magically inclined. And he cast the spell like, after ages of trying, summon Porridge, and that was like the magical kickstart of his like magical career. So he was some people. It's a very useful thing to have a familiar. Some people use them like servants almost, which I'm not. I don't think is the best use for them. I like Porridge because he's my friend, and we're here together to learn. But he's the first successful spell I ever cast. So yes.
What?
The best
so
spell.
we walked past a couple of areas that were tracks for specific schools of magic. What was your primary class? What did you take at your GCSE?
Well, I did art and food.
What A levels did you pick, Acheron?
Beauty therapy and so scribes is it's a bit of an amalgamation of all of the schools. So it's not. So obviously, evocation magic we all know and love is blowing things up, and people focus on that because it's really cool and eye-catching. Some people say so. I think scribes is the coolest because we understand the fundamentals and the all of the theory of every school of magic, which allows us to understand the spells quicker. And write them down easier, like a shorthand almost for every school of magic, and that allows me to combine different elements from different spells. So that's why I could do a fireball with, say, a cold damage or an ice ball, and so that's why I think scribes is the coolest.
So, as a character, I just assumed Acheron became a scribe wizard after finding Raod's book, and he had.
He did. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean.
Specific
no, so I was already on the
in
path.
school.
So no, I was already on the path of being a scribes wizard, and finding Raod's book was serendipitous. I think.
Kind of like the Half-Blood Prince type of book.
Hey, I mean, he hasn't.
He's
Raod's been
flipping you
great.
off invisibly.
Yeah, he's doing. I can't see, but I feel that he's doing this. It looks like he's shaking a salt pot at you. I don't know. Strange. But no. So Raod was a serendipitous find, and I think we've rubbed along quite nicely. He's been. He told us some more about the ice lich person. Who's again, my brain is not working today. So
I know I think
you know the one I mean. Yes, the one who
like the knights work under him or of his cult or something.
Yeah. So him, so Raod is tangentially related to that. He's been able to absorb some of the frost shards, and that's been able to empower my spells a little bit, which is cool. So I can't wait to stack that with the.
For real.
But I don't think Raod was quite as academically eager as I was. I am. I think Raod. From what I understand, was got his magic from elsewhere. I believe he's a warlock. Is that right, Raod? I think he was a warlock. Yes, that's why I've asked the question.
So maybe pull up my character sheet for you.
Yeah, I think I deleted his character sheet. But
I'm just not going to say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. From memory, I think he was like a book warlock. I can't remember the exact name, but I think it was a homebrew.
The tome.
Arcanist.
No. It was like a specific wizardy.
He was an Arcanist warlock.
Yeah, Arcanist. I don't know.
But yeah, you walk into the main Crystal Nexus chamber, and I will change the map. This is a great.
Oh,
that's cool.
Hey, look! There's a bunch of those crystal golem dudes. I assume.
Yep.
Okay. It looks
They
like
are
Robot
indeed
Wars.
made of crystal.
It does.
Matilda.
So you guys would be coming from like the bottom of this map where Cass is.
Oh my god, it's huge!
Yeah, big map. And you can see in this room are multiple sort of spheres of different elements, as well as at the top of this, there are like almost like seating area where you could look and watch anything going on in the center. And then you can see in the very middle of this map, here, you can see there's one guy there and one guy there. They are clearly like practicing some form of magic, and those crystal golems are there just like waiting just in case, essentially.
Is it like so from my point of view, obviously, is it a lot of like cracking and explosions, or like is it audible? Is it obviously what they do?
I don't know. I think it'd be semi-audible. It's mainly they're practicing the more quiet spells, like they're practicing divination to I guess kind of like foresee things, to see what's about to happen, to move out the way, or they're practicing various like enchantment magics to charm or
So not to keep going back to Harry Potter, but I'm imagining the duel scene between him and Draco in the second film.
It doesn't look a lot like that. It's not exactly one of those. It could be like comparable, but that'd be more like evocation, abjuration area.
These little windows, are these just like stainless glass?
Which one?
Across the.
Oh yeah. Those are like the spheres of different. They're the spheres of different elements.
Okay.
Like if you were in that center doing some magic, you could like take a bit of that to try and cast a specific spell.
Okay. So they're not just like windows into the elemental plane.
No.
Okay.
They're like sort of magical fountains of specific elements. If that makes sense.
Okay. Cool.
The fountain of acid. Please try to avoid the fountain of acid.
That would not be very.
Fountain of necromancy. Fuck knows.
Yeah. That'd be
So. We will all just this I can hear something, like obviously I can't quite see, but it's also often used for not duels, but almost like a dueling practice of various spells. So we need to make sure that we do not sneak up on anybody. Our presence is known, but we give the students in the middle or the teachers or whomever it may be
it doesn't have to be two students, but you can see as you sort of go in, one of the closest crystal golem to you will turn and just say, "Please exit the main what's it called? It's like the main like circle area, the main
compound,
not compound,
corridor."
Sorry, he's having the robot's having a mental block.
Please get the fuck out.
The main stage. That's the word I was looking for. Please exit the main stage to one of the sides.
Could you direct me?
I've got you.
Yeah.
They don't know where they're going.
Well,
I'm just off the main
going
stage.
to the side, so
Okay.
I moved over to the left side. There's a big purple fountain in the way of smoke. Do you know that one?
You have to be a little bit more specific. Sidon, a tad.
I mean, he did describe it because it's the only purple thing in the room.
From my memory, the room is mostly purple.
Yeah, but it's like purple smoke. It's one of those areas of like magical power boosts.
I think that Drakk would probably know what it is.
Your guess is as good as mine. I didn't write these all down, I'm going to be honest.
I mean, I can flip it and see what happens.
I'll
sure.
say,
that worked so well last time.
I'll say, Acheron, as you're sort of stumbling a little bit, Porridge will like land on your shoulder, and will like let you properly see through his eyes for like this time if you want to.
Yeah. So what I was actually going to do, I was just because this map is monstrous.
It is, yeah.
So I'd like to scroll right out to see everyone, and then you pointed out the people on here in the middle that I just plumb didn't see. So I'm going to say to Porridge, if you want to do a lap and see if you can see Freddy, I'm sure he'd be glad to see you. And then I will send Porridge off, like up and out, a foot high. I'm assuming this place has got a high ceiling.
Yes.
To have a
Porridge sort of does a once, twice over, and he eventually does see Freddy sitting, like leaning back on this set of stairs up here. If you can see.
Yeah, I assume that was him. Yeah.
He's kind of like sitting back on this like sort of seating area and is reading a book, and you would have noticed either porridge flying around or another point, he would have looked down to notice you all as you all came in. Would have very briefly done a mental how many of you there are, and then just leaned back to reading the book and waiting for you guys to come up here.
Okay.
Essentially.
So I think we'll presumably there's been some shit. Right, we need to go up here. As we're walking over, Porridge. If you've ever seen an excited bird, it's really funny. Their mouths are open, and they just hop from side to side.
Yeah.
And he's very, very happy to see Freddy, and he's landed in front of him and is hopping. I don't know how Freddy responds to that, but that's what Porridge is doing.
As you're
Max
walking
Steve
over, as you're walking over, and Freddy sees Porridge, he looks down to Porridge. Would Acheron be looking through Porridge's eyes at this?
No. When he, so I imagine it's it's until Porridge is fully forgiven him, it's okay, you're in danger, fine. You want to see what we're doing? You can have it for 6 seconds, kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, you suffer, bitch boy.
Yeah. He would give him Freddy would give Porridge an absent-minded it's pet stroke. I don't know what you'd say for a bird. Just while he's holding the book out, reading it while looking down to see what you guys are doing. But eventually, you sort of come to this section, which is a set of doors. You can see there's one guy here who's clearly a tutor or someone who's in case someone gets hurt, essentially, is there to first aid. Yeah.
Lifeguards. No heavy petting, he says to the bird.
But you walk sort of past an upper set of stairs. There's inside that sort of stage area, and eventually come out to, we'll say, sort of this spot up here. Cass is falling. Cass is fine.
Cass
I didn't want to come anyway.
But yeah, you all walk up and can see Freddy. I'll send an image into General, and then I will also describe him. Here we go.
For the viewers at home.
Yeah, so as you walk up the set of stairs, you get to see...
Are they scars or tattoos?
Scars. You get to see Freddy. He's got sort of short dirty blonde hair that's slightly messy. He's got these sort of bright green eyes with lightly tanned skin, likely from the sun. He's got sort of scars on his cheeks and sort of around his body, occasionally, on his arms and stuff like that. He's got a bit of a stubble, and he's wearing a green scarf with a darker shirt and a purple overcoat of sorts. And he's currently leaning back, and he sort of, as he couldn't see you guys, he closed the book. And then as you walk up, you see he's holding what appears to be a purple and gold, what's it called? Compass? Or a watch, like a pocket watch, and he sort of closes it as you walk up, and he just sort of looks to you, specifically Acheron, and just waits for you to speak first.
Okay, that's quite funny. Obviously, you can't see, so I assume Boris is flying back over to his shoulder, and I know I'm in the general area. It's really amusing. It's there for this big emotional speech. I don't know where you are, my dude. Freddy, if you're there, I mentioned I can't see at the moment.
I'm gonna whisper in Acheron's ear. He's waiting for you to speak first.
Yeah. Okay, Freddy, are you there? These are my friends. Well,
he waits slightly too long before saying, "I am here."
I'm here, my child.
Thank you for reaching out. It's good to hear your voice.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been?
Well, I've been here, if that's what you want to know. Who are your friends?
Well, Drakk, you know, Porridge.
Porridge is
Met
the
before.
bird.
This
Drakk
is-
is your cousin. Yes, I know.
Yeah. Guys, if you want to,
Yeah,
I'm,
everyone introduce yourselves.
I'm Sinan. Warrior for the things. Yeah. What's up?
Mm-hmm.
Maeve.
Maeve.
Castell.
Style.
I think Slab was here too.
Hey, Lab, you here?
Smack him over the ear. Wake up! Stop reading the sheet paper. You need it.
Hey, he's enjoying a good book. I can't fault him for that. I think he's having a moment.
Well, anyway, this green little guy is Slab.
Yeah.
Oh, and the floating ball of light is my book. Long story. It's an elf, dead elf. Well, not dead, but not quite a ghost.
Grail's like, I'm not dead.
No,
I'm trying to tell you that.
It's
Acheron.
I can talk to him. So 1 moment. I'm sorry, Freddie. Red, I know you're not dead, but it's conceptually a lot easier to describe you as a ghost. Do you understand?
Well, I could describe you as blind, which you are. And he vanishes.
Yes. I'm not going to argue
just
with that.
vanishes.
I can't see.
He just vanishes after saying that.
Oh, God.
When the orb decides to vanish, does the orb stay behind? Like, is there just now a orb of light there that even Acheron can't see the face of?
Yeah.
It's just so. This is not how I anticipated this meeting going. Okay.
Acheron,
so,
what do you want?
Well, you.
No. You sent us a letter first.
I did send you a letter first. I was a warning isn't the right
Archie,
word.
you said that they sent you an invitation.
No, well, I did. Freddie did. So, sorry. So when we arrived, I didn't think it would be a good thing for us to just bump into each other. I thought you deserved a heads up, a warning. Sorry, when you sent me the message, I thought you wanted to see me. If you don't,
Well, I wanted to see you because I have something that I need your help with. Doesn't mean I have to enjoy seeing you.
No, you're right. Sorry. Of course, I'll do. Yeah, I can help. I can try to help. As I mentioned, I can't see at the moment.
That should be fine.
But yes, if I can help.
He
What is it that you need help with? Anything we can do to help?
perhaps extra eyes would probably be useful. And he sort of stands up and closes his book, which he's a sorcerer. He's not a wizard, so he doesn't have like a spell book, but it's clearly like his notebook for spells. And he like sort of like tucks it under like into like a holster on his side, a book holster. And he sort of stands up. Yeah, of course. He sort of stands up and like crosses his arms a little bit. He's saying this, like he's looking at Acheron. He's saying this to all of you. But he says, "I've been looking into something, a ritual that I've been doing my best to perfect. May reveal some answers." Looks to Acheron. "I've been interested in learning what happened that day, but I need 2 creatures who were there that day, and until now, I was the only one left."
Yeah. Of course. What is the ritual? I can't. I don't remember what happened.
Do you have the ritual in Braille?
I don't, but I have to set it up in the seeing pool down below.
What is this theme? Is that where the two guys are doing the
No,
thingies?
further down than that. It's below that. It's divination pool.
Oh.
It helps focus divination spells that are a bit more on a larger scale.
Okie dokie.
Ones that might require a bit more than just a person or two. The rest of you are welcome to watch or help if you can. It should be able to house at least a few other people if you want to look in.
Yeah.
How could we help?
Well, it only needs 2, but it does require an amount of magical power. So if you have any juice to spare, then
Possibly.
that'd probably be useful.
Snub, he pulled his nose out of his book. Hey!
Drakk is gonna look over to Acheron and be like, Archie, do you want us there to help, or do you want some space for this?
Yeah, if additional power is needed, then if you wouldn't mind, then of course I'll be very grateful for any assistance you can bring to it.
I'd be glad to have the help.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to. I'm gonna say this as me because I don't want to make this weird. I really want to be the person that is like, why are you so mad at him? Like, what could he possibly have done that is making you treat him like this?
Yeah.
But I don't want to be the person to say it because Acheron genuinely is like trying here, and this guy just. Do I have permission to do it?
Yeah,
I was just gonna do it when he when everyone left, and I was gonna grab him before he made his way down and ask him privately.
Maeve would just ask him straight up, like, why are you being such a bitch? Not like that, but
Why
like,
are you being a prick?
I think Maeve would say something along the lines of like, okay, there's clearly a lot of tension here. Acheron tells us that he doesn't remember what happened, but you seem to know exactly what happened. Could you maybe shed some light on it for the rest of us who...
He shakes his head. If I remember what happened, I wouldn't be doing this ritual. The reason why I'm mad at Acheron is because after all the bad stuff happened, he left. I stayed. Yeah, we were all scared. Our friend was killed.
If you want to leave because someone's scared, you can leave. Like, don't put that on him. It's not his fault. It's his defense mechanism. Let him have it. It's nothing to be mad about.
No, so he's right. He's right. I ran away.
Right.
I didn't before anyone. Before I checked on anyone, I just ran and.
Which is perfectly acceptable, in my opinion.
I was unconscious. Mason was dead. Leanne was alone, and he left. Does that seem fair to you?
He was a scared young boy.
Weren't we all once?
It was his first time out in the field. He's not.
No, Sidon. No, it's. I agree with him.
Don't defend him, Acheron. You have right to be scared, and it was fine that you left. It doesn't.
Yes,
it's not a problem.
Acheron, the important question is: did you leave to get help, or did you just leave?
I couldn't come back.
So you abandoned them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let's find out what happened. Follow me.
Can I? Where did your friend die? I may possibly, no promises, be able to help.
Freddy sort of looks. He sort of like points his head in a direction. It's not far, but it's not that close. It's
the outside of the city.
Like, it's in just about in the walls of the city, near the Dawn Spire to the east. It would be about 3/4 of an hour walk. 45 minutes or so.
And this ritual, is this for you to remember what happened?
This is for us to see what happened.
So would you rather do this first?
I'd rather do this first, and depending on that, we can see what happened, or what is still there.
Freddie, before we do this, something you should know that I've discovered since.
I'll say you guys are walking and talking at this point. Yeah. Go ahead.
So before something happened to me before we met, and this isn't an excuse, but I'd been carrying with me this unwelcome passenger that seemed to take over me in times when I was in grave danger, hurt, or I don't know. And I didn't know this at the time. But this thing inside me, it took over and it attacked my new friends, and it made me think that because all I remember of that day is it getting hotter and hotter, and then just nothingness, blackness, and then I came to, and Mason was down, and you were hurt, and I was there alone, and I don't know where the troll was, and I panicked and I fled. But this creature that I've been wondering ever since, was it this creature that took over and attacked? I just, in case it's there, I just thought I just wanted you to know. Yeah.
We killed that creature, though.
We have killed that creature since. Obviously, that doesn't make it any better.
Well, he says, that's good to know. I'm not the person to ask. I think if anything did happen with that creature, we'd find out now.
Yeah. I just wanted to, in case, that's basically as much context as we have, really, for it. So if you it saves asking again in a moment. But yeah, I mean, it sounds awful, but no, it's fine. It's fine.
So Freddy sort of takes you. It's sort of to the side of that previous map. He sort of leads you down a set of stairs. Where is it on the map? Or on my notes. Yeah. So he sort of takes you.
As we're walking down, how
yeah.
echoey is the chamber? Just
The
curious.
room's pretty echoey.
Do we just hear solemn footsteps just echoing?
You just hear a bunch of footsteps, yeah. And you sort of see in the center of this room is like a massive swirling pool, and you can see a number of magical practitioners who are like feeding magic to the pool just to like keep it active and things like that. But Freddy leads you sort of around this spiraling stair down, and it's like, for those who've never, I think this would probably be the first time any of you have seen this place, because it's sort of not like away, but it's like locked down for only those who are like more like students of like like older students, or those who like have special permission to use it. But it is this sort of swirling mass of like divination energy that is like, it's like a massive version of the what's the one from Harry Potter called? The pensive, yeah. It's like a massive version of that is like constantly fueled with energy.
100 feet across. It's big.
Yeah.
It's really big.
It's a lot of memories.
As we're walking down, Simon sort of grabs hold of the side and just looks down. That thing is huge. What's the plan? What do we do for this ritual? Do we walk in it? Do we stand on the outside of it? Or
I'll show you in a minute. And he sort of leads you down to this sort of base of it. I actually forget how long these stairs spiral for.
10 minutes later.
Yeah, like it's a long walk. But you can see a number of those crystal golems just sort of waiting around here, because it's obviously a very magically charged area. And as you sort of get to the bottom of it, he looks to two of the practitioners who are sort of feeding the magic to it, and just like mutters something to them, being like, "Can you give us a second? Thanks, Fred." And he, he sort of looks down to the edge of this pool, and then, Acheron, can you still catch?
What? Catch what?
I'm debating whether he throws the book at you.
He's blind.
That's true. He takes unclips the book and says, "Run, Acheron, catch," and he not catch. He hands it back to you, which is it's in front of you.
Oh, what is it? It feels like a book.
It is a book.
Okay. What would you like me to do with it?
Well, it's a book marked on a page. And I assume you open it, and you can still see through Porridge. So
Okay, yeah, sorry, Porridge, come here if you don't mind. Porridge. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, Porridge, put my glasses on. Right. Oh, they're very shit.
But yeah, you sort of open the notebook, and it's his spell book. Spell notebook, not spell book, and it seems to detail a mostly complete ritual similar to Legend Lore, with elements that are actually very similar to Sapphire's spell, ritual that you used to see Mel and Layla's post.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Which
this
was also
one,
a two-person.
well, Sapphire seemed to be less focused, more of a broad, let's see this, the entire history of this person. This is clearly to see a moment, or a specific point in time. He says, the part
so it's like a last Wednesday law.
he says, the part of the bottom, you step to the other side and focus on the moment. If you
The other
focus on
side
that,
of the other side of the thing. Okay, bear with me. Okay.
I can carry you if you want.
I mean, I still got to walk around. Oh, Jesus, when he gets within 30 feet, he might just misty step. Okay, can you hear me from over there?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Drakk, what do you think that water tastes like?
Oh, Jesus.
Odds on you scooping up and having a taste aside him.
If you say that loud enough for Maeve to hear, she's going to stare fucking daggers at you.
But yeah, Acheron.
Please don't try.
Oh, he won't.
But you hear
It's
Freddy
probably
say
the last thing he ever does.
you hear Freddy say from the other side, if you focus on the moment, focus on that day, and spend any magic you wish, the more you do, the more we can pinpoint and focus it.
Okay.
Other than us, looks to behind him to the rest of the group. Conveniently, there can be 5 others.
That's convenient.
I know, right?
I want to see what happens.
So if you just step to the edge, and when you're ready, I'll let you know. When we're ready, I'll let you know.
So, So what he's asking me is to dump, obviously, spell slots into this.
Yeah.
Can he dump more? Can I dump more than one at a time, or is it just one at a time?
You can. Well, I will tell you. You can read from reading his notebook.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that he is getting rid of 3 first-level spells, 2 second-level spells, and 2 third-level spells.
Okay. I'm gonna go for a 5th and 2 4ths.
1 second, let me just get rid of those from his thing. So I have to make him a character sheet for this.
I can't cast any spells at 5th level because I can't fucking see to cast them.
Cool. Yeah. So he begins to.
One moment,
Yeah.
Freddie. Before we start, if I find mid cast it needs more oomph, can I add in more oomph then, or do we need to get it right the first time?
Can do so. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
If the rest of you would like to help, you can, but it should be all right. So he
flood key points into it.
he
Punch the water.
he places his hands down. He places his hands down onto the sides where 2 of the runes intersect, and he begins to like flood those like that spell energy into them, and you can see as he does with each spell that he consumes, more and more of those lights begin to glow around him, starting from his from where he is and going out. And the same for you, Acheron, when you're doing it. His magic appears as this like sort of bright yellow. But there's also in the middle of them is like a blacker than black. So it's like dark mixed with light. As he's going, almost in like a I'm described as like a paint spill way, like an oil spill that goes from like the black into the gold, and it sort of begins to light up around, until it gets to about the halfway mark, which is when you would start doing. Yeah.
So I think I've drawn Archerons before as being like almost like a. Oh, I think I lost audio there. No, so it's the music then. Yeah, so Archerons I've described before as being like when it's just pure unadulterated magic, it's like lightning bolts, like evil Emperor Force lightning purple kind of thing. Like it would have been the color of his original scar, but that would have it would have changed slightly. It would have been more like opalescent, so like almost a little bit bluer as it is casting it out. And so like he senses, or Porridge tells him that this like ink spill effect is coming out of Freddy, and so Archeron would just like basically like. Like not Hulk out of it, but like release a big wave of it all in one go, and I just imagine it would just like crackle over the sides. Pretty like like if you ever seen like lightning move in slow motion, like how it like, just kind of jolts forward, like it does that all over. And as I say, I put the equivalent of like was it 13 spell slots into it, so hopefully it gives it some good old welly.
So as the pool gets infused with more and more magic, the lights get lighter and the darks get darker. The air is clearly thick with the arcane force, as Freddy gives like the gesture for anyone who wants to look in to look now. And I assume it's everyone?
I'm going to send Rayod to look in for me.
No.
Is he not there? No, I don't mean into it, but like so I can see without using my concentration.
This isn't.
It'll be like I assume mental vision, so I think
this is going to be a mental vision. Yeah, this will be rather than like a looking. Yeah.
Right, okay, cool.
But yeah, as you do so, you all look into the pool, and you feel your minds open and banish you from this moment in time as your consciousness briefly leaves your body, leaving the cool interior of the seeing pools into a heated, dense interior of a cavern. You feel as if you're floating slightly, and everyone who entered the ritual is vaguely visible around you. Acheron, this place is all too familiar, and yet it's like a blur. You sort of turn to see the entrance. You all see Acheron, Freddy, and who most of you don't recognize as Mason, looking younger, definitely less scarred than today, and I will change the map.
Imagine if I could talk to Freddy here.
Yeah, you can talk. You can talk. Mason, you're talking about, but
No, I meant. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Because Freddy's dead, right?
No,
Mason's dead.
Mason.
Freddy's the guy who's
right.
Who's doing the ritual?
Imagine if I could talk to Mason here.
But yeah, this is the map. You guys are all sort of essentially this sort of where the entrance is going into, where you can see. I've made Acheron, Freddy, and Mason gold for this, just to show that they are the older, the ones in the past.
It's like an interactive thing, isn't it?
Like you guys can look around. Acheron, you can see for this because you are like in a memory. Do I have Freddy's token? Yes. But yeah, just imagine you guys are like ghosts, essentially, like watching this scenario. You can hover. You can't go through walls, but you can hover. You cannot no-click.
We move around the space, or are we kind of like locked?
You are locked to this map, essentially.
Yeah.
But you can move around the space.
Are there like an invisible wall, like something they can't see, for instance, isn't like blurred out for us or anything. Like
no, you can
look around the
see
space
like
ourselves.
a 3D render of this place. You can move it and shape it you move it and like look around it however you want to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
But-
Drakk will try to clip out of the wall and go out of bounds.
You try and you just hit your head. You're like, "Oop, boom."
Stormtrooper style.
But
Before anything happens, am I
Yeah.
able to have a quick gander around the space, see if I see anything that might have been missed originally?
I will say this is going to go as real time. So,
Okay.
like, you can look before anything major happens. But this map looks how it looks, essentially.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
it appears like this, how was I supposed to describe it? Like a cave with a bunch of tents. There appears to be some sort of lava flow going down into, like, a very, like, deep hole with, like, what appears to be old-looking statues and stuff in, like, the center of that.
Cool.
Like almost like an excavation site or like a geothermal sort of thing, like something like that.
And this
was
is
it-
inside the city walls, right?
This is inside the city.
Yeah. Okay,
So I think kind of running almost like on information autopilot, Acheron would tell you like what if he knows what these things are, he will tell you. Like he's just reeling it off like one of those museum apps that just won't shut up. because
Yeah.
it doesn't know
So
what else to do.
this at this point in time, which would have been what two year and a half ago, I actually can't remember. It would have been like a originally.
Some blow my nose.
It's fine. It would have originally been like a geothermal source of power. However, once they investigated it more, they would have found the old statues and old like ruins of something that they would have like stopped the actual geothermal stuff and would have been like looking into these old excavate like these old structures. I would say I probably wouldn't know much more because you know. But yeah, as you are sort of very briefly looking around, there is definitely a feeling of dread that makes your, specifically Acheron and Freddy, but you know, makes your stomach sink as the three of them walk in. You watch as they all like huddle together and are like muttering, clearly like detailing a plan. And you watch as around Freddy, the shadows start to lengthen before he gets closer to the ground, like stealthing into the room. Which I might try and like move them as it would be like a combat scenario, but it's not, you know, that important. You can then see I'll move Freddy to like past Freddy to about there, and then you watch as Mason begins to walk in, not being afraid. He seems to be acting like the bait in this scenario. He moves about here. While Acheron, you see he sort of begins to step forward, preparing a firebolt in his hands. And I will just reveal, because I did hide him, just because. You would see a very large troll.
It's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Big boy.
With sort of red skin and like orange coarse fur. And you can see that in their various ways, the three of them charge into battles, spotting the large beast. You see Mason, who rolled highest in initiative, distracts it with this flash of light. Then you see Freddy sort of goes around the side, muttering something and throwing a like flame-infused dagger towards the troll, while Acheron then launches a bolt of fire at it. The troll would sort of turn around, laughing, as the fire seemed to has no effect on it, singeing maybe the fur slightly, but there is no damage to it. And you see it rolls at them as you then watch the fear on the three boys' faces.
Use the adventurer name, you know what it is.
No, because they don't, or they won't remember. There was it the rakish quills.
The rakish quill. Dude.
But yeah, you see it turns, and the only thing that did any damage was seemingly the actual dagger that hit him, but it's very quickly healed from Troll Rejuvenation. Then you see it sort of lumbers towards as Freddy, trying to like I'm reading my notes while trying to move people into the right position to get hit by certain things, while sort of Mason and Freddy begin to walk forward, and it sort of quickly looks to Mason as the person that's the person who did like it's not dumb clearly as like the cleric, and Mason sort of runs in to try and block any damage from Freddy. And as it does, you see the troll sort of swipe down, and picks him up, and you watch as the claw begins to burn, and the armor around Mason begins to melt and burn into his skin. You see Freddy then sort of runs forward, attempting to release Mason with like a stab, but in the process, the other hand snatches him, and then it bursts into flame the entire creature, which starts to incinerate both of the people who he is holding. As you definitely smell burning flesh and hear them screaming. You can then see sort of Acheron in the back quickly trying to find any spells. You see there's a moment where he tries to like an acid splash to try and negate the regeneration, but as it does that, as Acheron does that, he hits the troll and it's like a move back and the regeneration does not trigger. Then you watch as it drops Mason onto the ground, sort of like here, and begins to charge Acheron like imagine King Kong charging towards you. Poorly. I'm just sorry, I'm trying to read it. Yeah. It sort of begins to charge Acheron, still holding Freddy. As it sort of launches into Acheron, like hitting him down into the ground, the leather robe, like moving through like a shield spell with its claw, as sort of staring down Acheron, the leather robe starting to melt, as it grabs Acheron and throws him into like a set of spikes here, which like temporarily knocks him down, and then the troll turns to Freddy, who's in his hands, and then there is an all too familiar echoed scream as the troll turns to see the malevolent form of Acheron, which I think would be the first time Acheron has seen it in that state.
Yeah, I think
from him changing into
first time
I
Acheron
think
would
Gethin
see
showed
it.
it me, but I didn't. It was like a static image.
Gethin showed what you thought, which is different to what it looked like. That makes sense. Like,
right.
Gethin showed like the proper malevolence form, like what it would look like. Well, this is like the version that is merged with Acheron.
There you go. I dropped one on the map for you.
Yikes! Oh no!
Sorry, I'm just moving the map for me.
So anyone who's like looking at the astral projection memory forms, whatever, like obviously this is all happening in, I presume, like a few seconds, like 10, 15 seconds.
In combat time, this is probably round 3.
Yeah. So like Acheron's like shouting out like, not like, don't go in there, girl, you're behind the door.
Watching a horror movie and knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah, so he's there. It's like he was like muttering under his, like, get out, like that.
Did that fence of spikes that Acheron fell into, is that what pierced his neck?
Yeah, it would be something like that to like knock him. Well, no, not for that, but that would have been like what like knocked him unconscious.
The trigger to the
trigger the malevolence.
That I know. I just wasn't sure if one of those spikes pierced his neck and is what gave him the scar.
No, that was.
See,
yeah, that was before.
You go. The sort of seeing that. Sorry, I'm just reading this. Yeah, so the troll sort of simultaneously, it's difficult because obviously D&D combat is one per round, but sort of simultaneously as that is happening, the troll would be like moving forward to like over to like the lava with Freddy sort of in its grasp. And Acheron, as you see the malevolence form sort of turn, the last thing that Freddy would have seen in this scenario was he would have turned up to see that change before malevolence Acheron malevolence Acheron seems to cast a like a magic missile, which hits, like, sort of goes to here, casting a magic missile, which one lands into the one lands into the eye of the troll, which like causes it to like move its hand, which causes Freddy to like fall to the ground, obviously now unconscious, but like causes him to be dropped. One lands into the chest of Mason, causing more blood to pool around him. While the other one, would have been one more, like lands also into the troll. And then with that, it looks to you, like looking genuinely scared of that form as it runs to this sort of point while that magic missiles are happening, and chucks some of the lava at you. Which, sorry, I'm just turning to the map. So it sort of grabs some of the lava, chucking it at you as it sprays along the ground. It sort of hits Malevolence Acheron, causing you to sort of stagger back and start to shrink. As an errant spell you cast like misses, and then the magma sort of burns you, dropping you unconscious as the troll jumps into this pool of magma and slowly submerges into it, clearly not affected by the fire, as you know. And then there's like a silence, and Freddy turns to you, Acheron.
Real Freddy or
real Freddy? This is like, or the memory is like paused at the time of it stopping. As all three members who are present are knocked unconscious, and the troll is gone. This memory is paused, and then Freddy looks to you, Acheron, and says, "I knew I wasn't crazy."
Acheron's lips are like as thin as you've probably ever seen them, like white. Looks like he's trying to hold back being sick, and he's like squeezing his eyes, like he's seen it, and I was just closing his eyes like as tight as he can in, for lack of a better word, absolute sheer fucking misery.
Freddy sort of walks up to you, and says, "I know you said what it was a moment ago, but I didn't describe it. I have been having dreams of a thing just like that." And he points to where the Malevolence Acheron was. "It's kept me awake for days on end." "What? You said you killed it. Do you know what it is? What it was?"
It was an echo, something from outside. Not a demon, not a devil, not a fae. It was an echo from. Check my notes. I think you described it as like the void or something similar.
The echo is what the realm is called.
Oh, from a place. Freddy, I have no idea. All I know is that a few days ago, I realised how I could free myself from it. I'd only known about it for a week or so, and I got it out, and my friends had killed it. I've got some of it to experiment on if I can. I didn't. I didn't want him. I didn't want it to have been me. I didn't want it to have been me.
You sort of see as part of this memory cracks. You see Freddy's eyes are welling with so many different emotions, and as he sort of like moves his hand in like a not a motion to cast a spell, but almost like if it was close, like a motion to slap you, essentially. The memory like fades and breaks as you go back to the seeing pool, back into your regular forms, and he just stands up and stares at you from across the way, and is in complete and abject shock. It's not betrayal, because he knows that you didn't know. He can see that, but it's just like there's so many mixed emotions you cannot read what is on his face, if that makes sense.
The minute we're out, anyone, like I know everyone's on the other side of the water. Acheron, I imagine like they were kind of like frozen in position as that happened. They were like pumping magic into the area. The minute that's cut, those like threads, those ties are released. He just like dropped down to his knees, like literally like his strings have been cut. Just flopped straight down, like head bowed, just completely kaput.
Freddy goes to start like shouting at you from across the way. You can like, for anyone who's near him, you can see the breath start to like fill his lungs as he's about to like scream. But he like holds his tongue, and just like you see like grips his hand until it's like white with like the blood loss.
Can I say something to Freddy?
Go for it.
I can see all these emotions coming.
Yeah, he's not hiding it.
Yeah, and I just go. I think I know you both didn't know what happened then, but I think deep down, subconsciously, Acheron knew his body did something wrong, and I truly believe he subconsciously left to protect you, so that if it happened again, it wouldn't hurt you as well. I don't think Acheron would truly abandon his friends. He hasn't abandoned us yet. He was just a scared young boy who went on an adventure, and then something horrible happened, and he didn't know how to deal with it. And I think subconsciously he left to protect you.
I'd like to think that is true, and part of me wants to agree with you. But I was unconscious for days, and he like stops himself. He should have been here. It would have helped. Because I'm angry. Of course I'm angry.
You can be angry, but at the same time, you can't blame Acheron.
Listen. If I blamed him after that, he wouldn't still be there. I would have done something. Listen.
I'd like to see you try.
He as you say that, he grits his teeth and says, "Listen." He puts his hands up. I'm not gonna do anything, but he's gonna have to speak to Leanne. I'm not doing that. You hear that, Acheron?
He's just got nothing to give at the minute.
Give him a moment. We'll
He,
make
just
sure
he looks you
yeah.
in like a blank stare as they give him a moment. And then he looks to Maeve and says, if you want to see if whatever you can do with Mason, if whatever you said, be my guest. I'll be around if you find anything. I'm not...
If there was anything you could say to him, what would it be?
That his sister's safe and happy.
Okay.
And he walks off.
Mm-hmm.
I'll run over to Acheron. And just put a hand on his shoulder. Hey. You alright?
No.
It's a hard thing to watch. Not you. Your body, but not you. Wasn't your spirit.
I led them in there. I led them in there. I thought I knew what we were doing. I know the malevolence isn't me, but I led them in there. It didn't occur to me. I didn't even stop to think why a troll who usually they're terrified of fire, why they would be in a room full of lava. It didn't occur to me. We went in and I was so sure I was right.
People make mistakes. It happens.
There's so many. There's so many that I've made that have hurt people now.
Yeah, but you've learned from all of them.
What have I learned, Sergeant? The best way to quickly get through friends? The best way to let people down? The best way to...
No, you've learned...
shame upon myself?
You've learned to think about certain actions, learn strategy, better strategy for dealing with certain things. Every mistake is a chance to learn. Helene, you learned what would happen if you kept pursuing a cure for her and you backed off and it was fine. What happened with Celesta? You're not going to touch other holy relics without thinking. And I assume if there was a troll, you would take stock of the surroundings and you would learn when best to go in and when best to walk away. You have actually told me several times to just walk away from a fight. Because you know that it would be a lost cause.
It's because I'm terrified.
No, because you've learned from a mistake you made long ago, even if you don't remember.
I wish I had your optimism, I really did.
Acheron,
Yeah?
what you have now is the benefit of moving on. These things, all these terrible things that you are beating yourself down with, they're all in the past. The malevolence, we destroyed it. The thing about being at rock bottom is that there's only one way you can go. And we have helped you before.
You have.
We're not leaving.
I know,
So
I know.
up, come on, stand up. And she'd go over and try and lift him to his feet.
He waves about as much as a wet stack of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. He comes up. He kind of gets to his feet, and he, he kind of assumes you're all there. You can understand why when the malevolence first arrived, I can only process things in a certain way, and if they come at me all at once, I just need to get away, and I know that doesn't always help, and it sometimes makes things worse. So I'm not doing that anymore.
Listen, we won't hold it against you if you need to get away from something for a while.
You could take a walk around the city.
I told
it's
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Promise you won't go anywhere.
No,
I'm not going
I've
to keep you on a short leash, Acheron. We
no,
trust you.
I don't want to be away from you all. I need to be with you all. It's not that nice when it's happened before. It's just what he said about. It didn't even occur to me to ask where Leanne was and how she was. I was so wrapped up in what happened to me. I need to speak to her. I need to speak to Mason's family and let them know what happened. And
Before that, though, let's get some air. Maybe take a walk back to the inn and just relax for a couple hours. We can always walk back to wherever Leanne is, whoever this person is. You need to relax for a moment. That's a lot of stress to compile.
Yeah,
You just
fluids as well.
Well, I realised I've not told you about what we did. I've mentioned them, but it's only been as the outcome of this horrible day. But I've not told you about my friends and Leanne. Who I thought we were in love, and then I let her down, and then this happened, and she lost her brother. Of anyone apart from Freddie, and I burnt the bridge and then walked away from it. Okay. Yeah, I need to get out of here.
If we've learnt anything, rash decisions and acting out of emotion never gets us anywhere. So, for once, I agree with Sidon.
Really?
Yes. Shut your mouth. Go back to the inn, take a breather, think about what you want to do, and in the meantime, I'm gonna head to the place Freddie told us about, and see if I can.
I don't know if it's safe there. Because if the
I'll take
troll's still there,
Slab will look after me.
Slab? Wait,
Well-
what?
I just said that to get Sidon's back. I'm like, what?
Don't get jealous, Sidon. Don't get jealous.
Also,
Slab?
have you guys
Slab?
seen that
You guys
one
are
of the
protecting me.
like?
You are the strongest in the group, of course.
No, that's not true. I'm the strongest.
Strongest Avenger.
You can't come with us. You need to go home and lick your burn wounds.
If Mason is there, I want to speak to him. I think so. If I would like to go, not now, but when I've had a moment to think about things. All I know is there's two things I need to do about this, and then there's whatever else can come.
Well,
I can't think
how
about
about
that just now.
Me and possibly, if they're up for it, a few of the others can go there. And if Mason is there, which again, I'm not promising anything,
No.
I can bring him to you so that you don't have to go back to that place.
I think
Because I know it's not nice.
No, but I think I need to face up to what happened and what I did. So if he is there, then I can't say wonderful. If he is there, then he's there, and I can maybe speak to him. And if he's not, then maybe the troll's there. And now I know. Now it would be it. I wouldn't allow the same thing to happen again. Now it would be different. I could do something about it, which is why
Your team, and you got me.
Sidon,
Sure.
shut
Got
up.
me, Freddy too.
Yeah. And then once, maybe I need to speak to Leanne first. She's
Baby steps.
Maybe, well, of the two things, that's facing the troll and facing her. The troll is the easier option because the troll can only hurt me. I need to think on it.
By the way, one thing that Acheron will probably realise now is that Freddy left his book. Acheron is holding Freddy's book, or it's next to Freddy. Oh, sorry, it's next to you because you were using it.
I assume like Porridge like calls at him and he like picks up and he like may chant it to himself, whatever. And I need to get Freddy his book back.
Unless God has left it with you for a specific reason.
Unless fate has.
There's been so much
Freddy doesn't know Braille, but on the first page it's Braille for you, bitch.
I have taken so much from him. I can't, in all good conscience, take more. But I would be interested in seeing where he got this spell, so I may give it a quick shufty before I hand it back. Maybe because maybe correct his spelling. He's not a powerful
good
source.
idea.
Okay, good point, Maeve. Maybe I just rewrite it out in a neater way in my own book.
Your own personal use, yes.
Nobody likes a grammar Nazi.
No, turn to her, like hand on the heart. Thank you, everyone. I know it's been a tough ride. It really does mean a lot that you've seen that, and I told you what had happened, and that you're still here. It means more than I can say. So thank you again.
Archie, we have already told you that we are with you on this one.
I know, but
Listen, there's 4 of you who, in this group now, have been controlled by something you didn't have a say in.
Or
It's not beyond the realm of...
Cassian,
Sidon had a fucking wolf.
Layla.
Layla had a fucking
So I thought you meant people
creepy
present.
thing.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
Okay, cool.
Acheron had his fucking... that, whatever that was. And then we had Cass, who was
Cassian,
being
yeah.
controlled by bitch face.
Babe, don't say it like that. Your curse is all to be mind controlled in some way or another.
By who?
bitch,
By
You don't know that?
one.
That's why.
By me, bitch. Mind control.
Smite me, almighty smiter!
It's not the control. The malevolence is one thing. The malevolence I can put to one side. It's looking back how I acted. This is what I'm ashamed of. As you can understand, hindsight's 20/20. Even if you're a specky prick like I am, and it's hard to see yourself making a decision that you know is not a good one and that hurts people.
If we were born knowing the way that everything was going to work and everything was going to go, life would be utterly boring.
I'd long for some boredom. If
We
just
can-
a day
we
of
can-
boredom, one day.
Listen, we can
Boredom's
map out
boring.
time for some boredom, okay? Sidon can go off and eat as many mystery meats as he likes, and we will have face masks and tea and biscuits and
I was
read-
going to say, you kind of like signed off on the no boredom situation once you joined a party with Sidon.
Yeah.
Look, if you want boredom, how about this? We find a fight pit, I fight, you sit and watch.
Do we need to watch
That's
Campo?
not
need to
boredom.
watch-
That,
yeah.
Watching you
Leave
get
you
your
there for an hour and then come back.
watching you get the shit beaten out of you would not be boredom. It would be very exciting. Anyway, let's.
Yeah, if Mason is there, let me know and I'll come over
Okay.
because I think I need to. From what Sidon said about facing up to what Sidon? Oh God, what Sidon said. Neve said that fucking solicitor. Jesus. So through the grapevine, I hear.
Wait, does that mean Sidon's the messenger? Sidon, can I shoot you?
Shoot the messenger.
Yeah. So
When
from
did
what
I
I
ever listen
understand,
to instructions?
I need to.
I can't read.
I need to face up to this, and I want to be better. I want to take control, and I want to own what I've done.
That's
so
amazing. That's very noble, but
baby
do it
steps. Yeah.
in the right headspace.
Yeah. I'm not doing it right now.
Good.
So I'm going to go back.
Have some
maybe
tea.
Have some tea. Have a little cry. Porridge for it. And then I will see about getting Freddie his book back, and then speaking to Leanne, and then we can get what we came for from here, which is a scroll of teleportation to get you to your mum's house.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Because I can't cast.
Well, let's stay here and do your trauma.
No, let's stay here.
I can't do it for a
I'm
while.
ready.
Hey, Maeve, about that day of boredom.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
not going to be a day of boredom.
no. So yeah, and as if there's anything I can do to help you with that, I don't know, fireball a house. I don't know what the relationship's
yes.
like.
Just let me get my
I
things
do
out
hope
first.
we're not gonna burn down her house.
No, of course not.
Oh, that's actually a very good question.
Deception.
What? What? I was joking, Simon.
No. How do you want me to act?
Around my mother.
Like a human
Yes.
being, please.
Oh, Sidon, I have never meant this in a more realistic way. Please be yourself. Just be utterly and completely yourself.
Are we going to rock up with all 12 of us? Like this core group and our
12 will not be enough. She will
no.
honestly believe that I've paid you.
I mean, this is a place where I could perhaps buy
Wait.
a spell that allows me to conjure animals. We could bring some rhino in the house if you really wanted to.
Let's talk about the
I
elf in the room.
think this is the later problem.
Yeah.
It gives me. It helps to think about the future because it reminds me that I have one with you all. So
I'll be
but no,
honest, I have absolutely no idea how she's going to be around all of you.
Neither do I.
Well, I'm
Well,
very
yeah,
polite,
because
so
we have a now blind wizard, and I don't know what you are, Drakk. No offense.
Oh, thanks for that.
a blood
I
hunter.
mean, what are you? Are you like a berserker, a fighter? I
Mr.
don't know
Rowe.
what bone sword means. I'm sorry,
The
I
bone
don't
man.
have a.
He makes
A
bones
what?
out of his
Bone man.
elbows. He makes
He's a
swords out of his
sure.
elbows.
A bone man. We have a weird monk.
Please don't
We
call
have-
yourself Bone Man.
Yeah, I'm
Bone
not
Meister.
doing that.
Then my
Bone
mother
Meister.
really will think I've paid you.
We have a bard named Concrete Slab. And we have
What's wrong
a
with
priest
that?
of
Don't
Solista who
besmirch
hates
the
hats.
family name
Don't
of
be
Conquering.
Are you just disrespecting my heritage here?
No, if I
His name's
was doing
Concrete
that,
Slab.
I
What-
would mention. You know what? It's not important. Let's just keep on going.
Cass, did you bring your spices? Do you still have your spices?
Of course, I have
spice.
my spices.
What's the hottest
Look.
spice that you have?
Ooh, okay. Let me look.
You're not
Here,
ready
this
for
one.
the spice.
Oh,
It's
wait.
It's a small, like finger-sized vial of red powder.
Okay.
What finger?
I'm going to need
That's
you to
great.
make some curry for my mum.
I mean, what's a spice dealer over here?
Literally.
So, before they leave, so
Cass looks as if Maeve has just told her that she's getting her birthday present early. She's so happy.
James, what did you say, sir?
yeah, I was gonna. I can't obviously. I keep saying turn to, like I fucking know where people are. Hearing where Cass's voice is coming from, the general direction in this echoey room. So it supposedly could be fucking. It could be fucking anywhere.
It's actually up the stairs, so you'll just know when in.
He's gonna say to Cass, Cass, you've seen now why I'm, well, you've seen now. Is this? Do you think this is one of the reasons led to think this influenced how Solista punished me. Has anything to do with that?
Can God? Because I don't think Solista. I personally don't think Solista would specifically punish someone with a history of being, I guess, cursed by parasite or something like that. But I'm not completely
No, sorry, no,
sure.
it's not that. It's what he did afterwards. Like what happened with the malevolence is like he knows it. He knows he can't control that. No, he's not come to peace with it. But like, the running away bit, the bit that Acheron's actually ashamed of.
I think that would be completely up to Cass's judgment.
I would hesitate to say anything for sure, but it is my experience that Solista doesn't look fondly upon abandonment of responsibility.
No. I thought so.
I think that's a good spot to pick it up next time.